Right, everybody, we're back here now, ready for round 3.
Yes, yeah.
So on the main table we have John Greenwood and Jacob. So it's Gits versus
Profiteers.
Yeah.
John's still on there with his Gits. He did well last time, and then Jacob with his Profiteers. He was doing really well with them, to be honest. But they're a good tournament warband, aren't they? They're quite rounded.
They are very good.
Yeah, they're steady choice.
He came through the mirror match earlier on and
did really well with that.
Yeah, and I believe he beat Joe's Fiends, didn't he, in the last round?
Yes, he did. So for this round, we are giving a spot prize for the case, which has been kindly donated by KR Multi-Cases. It is for being...
Did it come from KR?
It came from KR Multi-Cases, yeah.
Did it come from KR? It's the...
Oh, we're going with the Shadespire one.
It's the Shadespire one.
Oh, sorry, there's another one somewhere.
Is there another one somewhere?
There's somewhere from KR Multi-Cases.
I
apologise.
There's that many prizes, we don't
We're
even know which one we've got.
We're just tripping over ourselves with prices. So this one's coming from Bought and Sold, sorry. It's the Underworlds case. And it is for Annihilation. So the warband that gets completely wiped off the board first will win a nice case to take their models home with.
Yes, yeah.
Or in, if they've been wiped off.
So John's first round, he beat Kev and his McGall's Fiends 2-0 with 40 glory scored for him and a loss of 14 for Kev. So that's plus 26 for John there. And then on screen last time, he beat Andy. That was
2023, I think it was.
I think overall it's 40 to 31. Was that a 2-0 there?
It was a 2-0, yeah. Results? He did really, really well.
2-0, yeah. So for another 9 in total. So he's got a fair score there. What's it? 35 plus 35 glory. Yep. And then Jacob has won his first one. 2-0 again, 29-21.
Yep.
So plus 8 for that. And then his second game, he beat Mark and the Curse Breakers. And that was 16-13. So it's not a very high score, but no games dropped so far.
No, it's definitely not. So yeah, I think with that, we'll
ready to get
into the action and see what's happening. Wow, they're already straight in there with the boards and deployment. No messing around this term. I imagine it's John that's gone with the longboards. Obviously, we missed it. He longboarded Andy. Oh no, this is Andy's game. This is the
we've got to change these. Sorry, everybody. We've got some work to be done.
Just bear with us. We've Dan Smedley has left us in charge and hasn't done his job before he left us. So just bear with us, and we'll have a quick change of information. So he's Thundrix Profiteers for Jacob. And we can leave John's the same, but if you can reset that. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, I didn't see the board deployment, but I imagine it was John again that's longboarded. It's the favourite board deployment for John. So yeah, we've already got Jacob with a warning shot there, which it looks like he's already scored a glory for. We're just going to double check that, because obviously we missed it while we were setting up. And on the back of that warning shot, that Thundrix is going to be inspired.
So it looks like we're going to see yeah, it looks
so
like
John's gone with a charge and screwed off the back of it. And he's got a crit. 1 damage, and just going to push him back. I'd push him back if I was John, just to keep him out of range of some of my other fighters, to be honest. You know, he's got his dangle bros at the front who are going to probably die quite easily, but...
Calculated risk is scored.
It's a nice quick glory for that then.
Yeah. We've got glory on both sides here now.
Yeah. That's 1 glory apiece at the minute. And calculated risk, it's such a nice glory to score as well, because anyone can score it.
It's harder for the dwarves to score though, with them. Some of their fighters only having the 2 move. They actually need to start next to the hex.
Yeah,
the
I suppose.
Hex, and then move through.
I think come Beastgrave though, where you get to place a hex, it's going to become much more prevalent in a lot of decks.
Do we know if we're cycling the boards out as well for Beastgrave, or are we going to be retaining the board?
There's been no comment on that, has there? So that's another Watt armor, another one scored for Jacob. Doing what the Profiteers do best, really, which is plink damage and single scores, score immediately. I'll be looking forward to it when Beastgrave does drop and you are limited to what they're calling surge cards now, which is score immediately, and you're only going to be able to have 8 of them in a deck.
Was it 8 or was it 6? Mr. Smedley was indicating.
Was it 6, was it? I thought it was 8, but you might be right there. So
no,
6
it hurts the Profiteers, because the Profiteers probably want
which is what Jacob's doing right now. 3 quick scores. And they need them though, don't they, to inspire?
He's got two cards that he's inspired. Sorry, I think it is there. 2 cards he scored and 1 for the kill.
Yep.
Shadowed Step is played.
It's going to get Snurt right into that middle. Oh, great position there. I'm surprised he's not putting him straight in front of Thundrick, to be honest.
It's not in no man's land, unfortunately.
Oh, it's not. You're right. Sorry.
So I was going to say, I'm surprised. I'm wondering whether or not John is going to actually be running Shortcut in his deck. It's one of the new cards, and it's one that I would have thought he perhaps would have had in there.
It was if we got Hidden Paths as well, yeah. Once Hidden Paths drops, it's going to be very awkward to score unless you're the new Beastman.
Yeah.
Which I'm imagining they're going to have it in automatically.
Yeah. Oh, there's some shenanigans moving along here. Shortcut is in that deck. So with round 3, the current top table we can see here is John Greenwood and Jacob Turnbridge. We've also got on table 2 Josh Bloor and Mike Carling. So after 2 rounds, we only have 3 undefeated.
Here we go with Snark. Oh god, that's not a roll at all. That is going to put him 2 swords and half back, and take it back. Yeah.
Not a good
it's
roll.
geared him up for the next turn, but could have done with some 1 damage at least with Snurt. Yeah.
Yeah, John's commenting there saying he's thinking he's about to lose Snurk.
I think he is.
So so far we have 3 undefeated players: John and Jacob on this table we see here now, and then Josh from Red Action. But however, Josh has lost 2 games during his game today.
Still not a bad result for Fire Slayers though. Yeah, but then Josh, he's piloted them for a while.
He has seen.
He's revisited them after the Thundrix Profiteers, so we should be good.
Ooh, there are 4 dice being fine. Oh, Death from Afar has been scored, and Snurk has gone.
This is yeah.
Oh. So we're on 5-1 here. Things aren't looking good straight from the start.
They're not for John, unfortunately.
John.
There was a little bit in his voice then. So once Snurt gets going for these, he could have done with doing some damage on that scatter.
He's already commenting here, John. He's saying he thinks he's lost this round already.
And the downside to the goblins is that John's going to need the glory to inspire them.
Yes.
Once they inspire, they become a little bit more resilient with their 2 dodge.
Yes.
But if he can't score that glory off somebody like Snurk, he's not going to do too well. Or he's ditching obliterated.
That's a shame, that is, because that was probably the card that you had in his hand there. That scatter really cost him.
If that had gone off, he'd have had an inspired warband, and it would have been a different kettle of fish, really.
Just looking to see what Jacob's going to play next to try and consolidate this solid first round. I presume we're going to have a charge here of some kind.
I imagine it's going to be from Draxskewer as well. Yeah.
It's probably better going for that first goblin there, just to try and yeah, he is, not overextend that the formation. So the spot prize we have for this round, it is the first player to have all of their fighters removed from the board.
Yep.
And they're winning themselves that carry case.
I think John's trying to buy himself some time here. I think he knows he's going to have to pull something spectacular out of the bag here to get his numbers back up.
Yeah.
He's taking a while over his cards. Okay. So he's going to play Bag of Tricks onto that Danglebro.
We're back with the chat online, so if anyone's been chatting, we've not been ignoring you, the chat's not been working for us.
Oh, we've had a score here from John for warning shot.
Such a useful card warning shot as well, isn't it?
With a ready for action play that's also scored and pushed Draxskewer back. Jacob scores shining example in the end of the round. Can't quite see.
Branching, it's just ditch branching fate. He's drawing him up.
On the right, I believe that was Master of War and Escalation that that John scored for 5. In total, 5. Sorry.
John needed that. He needed them guys inspired.
He does. Still going to be quite a struggle now.
If he gets Zarbag going, Zarbag gets Cleave when he's inspired, and it's 3 Fury for his attack. He's not a bad fighter with the right upgrades on him.
It's going to be interesting to see. So, so I was expecting there Jacob to push John to go first, but Jacob needs to try and kind of move into these guys. So I think he's going to be taking a pot shot at who, I don't know which one of the Dangle Bros that is, but he's going to be pushing him into a lethal, I see. But that was a crit and a dodge.
I think John's he's got it.
Steals that glory. So
switches the positions around.
John deserves that after we watched it fail twice in the last game.
Yeah. I think John's in a fairly good position where he sacks. Jacob's got to go to him, score that glory now, and the Goblins should be able to pick off the fighters if they come in ones. Whereas if John's going to run into that gun line, he's going to get annihilated. But I think if he stays where he is, Jacob's going to have to come to score that glory. Whereas John,
Yeah.
he's got 2 keys in his hand somewhere. There you go, he's trying to entice him back. So that's 2 fighters on his objectives now. He has got Fainway in his arsenal as well, from what I can remember from last time. And the objective right in Jacob's Profiteer's corner, that number 1. Is it number 1? Number 2? It could be a good one. Number 2 into it.
Yeah. He has got their last go as well, so he can catapult. I think it's who's the netter? Prog. He can catapult Prog at the end of the round over across the board. He's already used his ready for action. So there's what could potentially be also near enough a score there for Mad Scurry. He has nearly entirely blocked off Prog as well from any attacks, unless we've got a ready for action. A hidden path move.
I would doubt that the Profiteers would want a hidden path into any of those hexes though at the minute. Not into that corner anyway.
No. There could be a reach over attack though, perhaps, with range.
Have a wondering if you want, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just playing the games. Managed to update the round there just in time for the end of it.
No, I don't think so. It's only the first
Oh,
one.
is he going backwards on
glory.
the
He's not
activation?
swings. Sorry?
That is glory.
That's right.
Oh, they're the activation tokens. I'm looking at thinking that they spent glory next to it. Ignore me. I was getting confused then, people, with
Ashley's
the
questioning,
activation tokens.
Dan's
being-
ability to count 5 tokens for the glory.
Fuck off. I apologise for my choice of language.
Thank you for the follow, Bulbator.
Oh, so Potion of Rage is going.
That's a lot of dice.
Only 4 dice on the
Yeah, potion of
chain
rage is
gun.
spent now, isn't it?
crit here against Zarbag gone.
That's the Profiteers just jumping in front now.
7 points to 6.
I've got a feeling that John's playing out for his keys now. I think he knows this is probably gone this round.
Yeah.
He's probably playing out, get some keys, limit the amount of glory that the Profiteers win by.
Not sure if I managed to see a sneaky view there of hidden paths in John's hand.
Gets on to objective 2, doesn't it, in time for the end.
Yeah. Just needs to make sure that the Dangle Bro here, what his name is, Bjornsson, is it? I'm unsure. The useless one of the Profiteers is moving on. Allenson, that's it.
See, there was a time that every deck would be filled with, it used to be Great Concussion, but Earthquake as well. To knock people off these objectives, you just don't see it anymore. But I'm thinking in Beastgrave, it's probably going to come back with a bit more prevalence.
Yeah. I think objective play will come back.
Yeah, and it should do. It should
Yeah.
do. And it'll be balanced though with the dropping of the keys, because obviously they are shade spire ones. I think it'll make it a lot more rounded. I know Sean earlier commented and said, do we think aggro or defensive play or objective play is going to be more prevalent in Beastgrave? I think it's going to be even. I think it's the most even the game's probably been since it first came out.
Yeah. So red caps to me. I was going for sticking rather than red cap. 2 successes there. Oh dear, look at that.
Plink, plink, plink. Steady damage. Number 1.
Is that 1 or 2?
Another 2 because it's the killers in it, yeah. The Profiteers do it so well, don't they? Quick score, single glories. We've had nobody win our all warbands out yet, so we're coming to the end of the first games.
It looks like Kev might be inflicting that onto the Sepulchral Guard player that we saw last round.
Really? Kev's okay.
He's chomping through him.
You kind of wouldn't expect any different though with Magors against Sepulchral Guard, would you? You'd hope the Magor can churn through them fairly rapid.
Yeah, taking out 7 fighters is still quite a feat. Swapping in for Mr. James.
Done inflicting another wound on one of the Profiteers.
Charge coming in from Draxgur. Drops a crit. That's gone through, I guess. Yep. So that's another kill.
Yeah. This game's running away from John now. I know it looks quite close at 10-6, but
yeah,
John has
still
no
prize
prize.
He can probably clear them out before the keys.
Yeah, John's not got any prize fighters now left. His R-bag's gone. I think
Squigs can't hold objectives. Yeah, Driz getting 2 squigs, and is that Prog charging in? It's 2 hits.
To be fair, if I was John, I'd have sacrificed Drizgit as quick as possible to get the cleave on the squigs. They inspire when he dies and they get cleave, and I think it's needed.
I think he might be hoping they can stay alive for the keys. Mr. Jones is being the most beautiful maid again, and fetching the drinks. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
A very lucky wife.
Profiteers have burnt through their objective deck. He's drawn them all up. I don't know if he's got 2 or 3 in his hand. We've seen him chalk 2 glory on at the end there. You can see the Master of War at the top there, plus something else, which is putting Jacob on 12. And John's still sat on 6, having to ditch our only way out because it's not got the fighters anymore to try and claim that. A tough matchup. Yet to take a Profiteer down. John's won the roll off. Prog's attacking to start with. Just critting a hammer. He's got him. Yes. Prog's done well. John exclaims, "Wow," because he wasn't expecting that. Prog didn't. I
imagine John was probably playing for the. When he causes a success, he limits the damage, doesn't he, that Prog can do?
Yeah, well, not the damage, sort of, but by reducing the attack.
Reducing the attack side, yeah.
Prog's very exposed though, because Draxgur now. Not quite sure what he's playing. Cruel Taunt, is that?
I think he's
Gonna
played
put it on
Cruel
Drat Skewer.
Taunt.
Does he get it? He doesn't get it. So Drat Skewer now has got a perfect charge onto Prog, who is trapped. So
Yeah.
even rolling out the draw, he can take him down. So it should be a dead Prog in the next activation. Then again, we don't know what objective cards Jacob's got in hand, so maybe we'll do something different. Ah, there we go. Prog's gone. He's out of the way. I mean, he's leaving Jacob activations to go and kill him now down the other end, but at least
he
he's
had
out
to
of
do
the
it.
way.
He had to get him down there,
anyway.
didn't he? He had to. I mean, the squigs are still there. Is that Drizzt on the objective?
I believe so, yeah. It makes sense if it was. It looks like Drizzt.
I just can't help thinking that against this warband, getting Drizzt killed off to get the cleave on the squigs would have been more beneficial.
Him getting a nice charge off on him as well, because he hits decent.
He's not bad. He's not bad. He's sort of the proper fighter for the group. He's not massive damage.
2 hammers, 2
I think
damage?
he goes up to 3 hammers
Three
when
hammers,
he's
2
inspired.
damage.
Yeah, when he's inspired.
Yeah, so he becomes quite a decent fighter.
But the cleave could have been a bit more special.
I believe there's a bit of a Seek the Sky vessel coming out
That
there.
was it, yeah.
He's going to try and forceful deny all that. And he fails. Oh,
John's got a lot of faith, puts a lot of trust and faith in the cards where he's got a roll to try and negate something or cancel something off.
Good card. I like Daylight Robbery.
Yeah, Daylight Robbery. I mean, he's pulled it off today and well for this game. And
I like that one. He's kept him in this one, to be fair. 13-6, you probably say is over.
Yeah.
12-7, with the potentially keys.
I do think now he just has to play for the netter prog on that objective, get him the key on it, and try and limit what he loses by.
I think we've just seen a dead squig on there. So that should put Jacob on 13.
Yep.
I think we've just gone slightly off the screen with his glory.
There we go. Have another go. Ready for action.
Ready
Ready for action.
And takes out the other squig. For another 14. John could be the first player to be wiped out and winning the spot prize of the case.
Which is pretty unheard of when you think how many models, 9 fighters.
You'd have expected somebody else to be wiped out first. Or is it going to be another spot prize won on the stream, maybe? Drizzt does 2 damage to Drat Skewer there. Not really getting anything else. Drat Skewer's just got a Crown of Avarice blade on him. So, although he's just done 2 damage to Drat Skewer and thinking he might get a glory for it, Crown of Avarice is now going to block that. Drat Skewer is hitting into Drizzt, gets a crit, and Drizzt does not roll a crit, and he is out of there for another glory for the Profiteers. They're running away with this one a bit.
Yeah.
Is there another pen near you, Ash?
There isn't a pen now. Oh, he's got a pen. This fine gentleman. We're just joined by Steve, who's running CHILLCON. Beautiful man that he is. Don't you wonder how? Is it all going okay today?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, these aren't. Are you seeing?
We're
watching
streaming
me?
it now.
Oh,
It's live. You
mate.
can go online and watch us. We're high tech. We are.
Oh, mate, this is good stuff.
It's going alright like that.
I should go and get that now.
Always happens, isn't it? Hopefully we all get a chance to have a walk around again and spend some more money.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
So hopefully I didn't miss anything then. A visit from the
Show organiser Steve Snow. Looks like a little hobbit, bless him. He's not listening to me as he walks off. Oh, that's it for John.
That's it.
Is Warband wiped out?
That is. You're going to go and remind him?
I'm going to go and remind him now.
He might, maybe somebody else actually beat him to it and got annihilated first. Escalation and Superior Tactician coming out there for Profiteers, putting them on 21, I believe. So the players just working out the final score there. Yeah, just confirming that 21-7 to Jacob in that first round. A resounding victory for the Profiteers. Jacob's just apologising now for rolling crits all the way through and scoring all his deck. So it's just reset the counters here as the players get ready for their second game. See if John can pull this back. Let's go, Jacob. He's got some fans watching him then. He's done very well in that first game. I don't think he needs any cheering to do any better. It was a resounding victory, wiping out the Gits. That's no mean feat with 9 fighters to take out.
Wasn't John that won it?
You're not. Oh, John got
Unfortunately,
beaten.
John was beaten by a dice roll, and it was won by. I can't think who it was won by. It was won by. It was somebody rolled a dice just before John had done his and been knighted. Don't worry, Dan. You look at
well. Somebody was annihilated though.
Someone was
And won the
annihilated.
prize of the war event. Oh man. Well, you got a nice Knotville case to carry the dad models home.
Yeah, it's the same guy that won the 3. Got 3 crits to start with.
Ah. Oh, he's doing well with the
I
spot.
want to say his name's Tom. I'm not that good with names.
You're not that good with names, but you remember Sean from the Grand
I remember
Clash
Sean.
2.5 months ago. Because he beat you, you got a grudge, haven't you?
He fucking beat me.
You like playing dwarves, so you hold grudges. Players cutting the decks, not something that you see often, although
No.
it's kind of etiquette. I always offer it if I've seen my opponent shuffle.
It all depends, as me and Dan Jones were saying, it all depends on if your opponent's, if you've watched him shuffle and if they've done that horrible separating the decks and stacking them back up again.
God. Yeah, you can't do that. Just take it off and shuffle it. Don't even split it. Just take it off and shuffle it and be like, no, you can't order them into gambits and upgrades. Sorry, it's not shuffling. So we missed that roll off. Oh, Jacob lost the roll off. I think he might see himself getting longboarded again. Seems to be John's go-to. Oh, no.
I think John's got to take the fight to him. I think
he is,
I think he's got to in this one.
No, he's offsetting it though.
It's a strange offset. I'd have potentially gone the other way.
Yeah.
You've got a few. No, I'd be shuffling the boards the other way, John. But never mind.
I suppose he's got the lethal in front of him. Then, they've got the range, so they don't have to engage with that really and get close to it. Players just putting down the objectives. I'm sure from the previous game that John was on the stream, I think he does have supremacy now anyway out of that, if I remember correctly. But it's going to be tough. I suppose you can hit him pathing onto number 2. He's got a Fameway as well.
He has. He could also hope to scatter Snurk from Shadowed Step if he chooses to.
I think I've done that before. I had like 3 activations to try and scour him onto an objective taken because he was the only fighter that was anywhere near
Enchanted Greaves, is it? Not Enchanted Greaves.
Enchanted Greaves, no, you can push at the end.
There's one where you can push either at the end or at the start. Is it Enchanted Greaves?
Enchanted Greaves.
Yeah,
Josh
that's
was
quite a hand. Yeah, I'm quite liking that one. For the goblins, anyway.
Wigglefish, hello people. So, if I'm right, that should be Jonathan Davis.
Good day. Yeah, man. Got something for you in there. You got deep pocket.
Yeah. I've got the bag with it. That's true.
Just starting to settle now. Got an Orchard Gobbo near the front, and then you've got the 2 Dangle Bros already placed for the Profiteers. Not a lot of action going on at the minute. Draxcure goes down. Zarbo's gone down, hiding behind that lethal. Not that will probably matter with the range that the Profiteers possess. There goes Driz getting the squigs. Of course, this board's set up perfectly for a Mad Scurry coming off. Driz hitting the squigs moving, and then following activation, chain all the guys that are next to each other there that have just gone down. So, players are rolling off. Jacob takes the roll off. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted there and just kind of missed what happened, but there's a glory on there. And I want to say, it looks like Branching Fate, looks like a BRA at the start of that. But Jacob's off to a start already. And he's on a glory. Charge coming in from John, one of the Arrow boys. Just going for Iron Hill. He gets a crit. Just towards a wound. I'm guessing he's probably trying to score a warning shot. He's probably really annoyed. But at least he gets to push him back. With this action, is this the first round of the event? It is not. So the round is for the round of the game. So in round 1, so we're actually on the 3rd round, so this is the top table currently. So that could actually be a bit confusing. Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. Just delivered me a coffee. So if you want to check out how it's currently going, if you've got the BCP app, and if you haven't, I recommend downloading it. And go on there, search for CHILLCON, one word, and it should be, I think it's the only one on there that's using BCP for it. You see on there, you can see how the first 2 rounds went. I think currently the 3 undefeated players are the Profiteers and the Gits that you see here, and then our very own Josh Bloor using his chosen axes. It was on, I think he was on the first round on the first stream. Potion of Rage being used here on the charge. Yeah. That is a get the hence as well, and knocking him back into the lethal. So nice shot there from Jacob, putting him onto 3. It's another charge coming in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's trying to score a warning shot here and drops another crit. He's going to be fuming at this. Although, I suppose in that one he does chalk on the kill actually. So, not so bad. It's quite nice when warning shot gives you that, where you've got the option, if you miss you score a glory, if you do the damage you score a glory. Glad to see more people using BCP. Yeah, it is. It's a good app. We used it not very long into Shadespire, so actually saw in the War Games Armoury, and we had a tournament there, and it crashed halfway through. It wasn't in the pairings right, and it kind of skewed the whole thing up, screwed the matchings up, and we had to scribble on pieces of paper and try and work out exactly where everyone was. And we kind of fell out with it from there, and we hadn't used it again in a long while, and then a lot of tournaments in the UK now have started using it. So we went on it, we set up a little test event, ran through it, played around. The only thing that we didn't like was swapping people on tables. That just didn't seem to quite work. It seemed to mess up the previous rounds, which we couldn't really figure out. Maybe we'd not confirmed those rounds or something. But thankfully we've not had to change anyone's places, so it's all working well, doing the pairings right, so it's all good. And obviously you've got the rankings on there, which is quite good. Easy signing as well, just get them to input their email, and generally most people have already signed up, so all the details come up. Select the warband, job done. We have taken photos of all the deck lists today, so obviously they're all hidden at the minute, but we'll be unlocking those after the event so that everyone can see what everyone had in their decks.
I'm
obviously
back again.
It's kind of, welcome back Ash. It's kind of less relevant what people have in their decks today, considering that in 6 days time a lot of the decks, I don't think anybody's come prepped already for Beast Grave with no season 1 cards. So
I had built a deck for someone that was going to be turning up, but then they turned up late and we just said no, you're not playing. It was geared up purely from the fact that I'm lazy and didn't really want to spend time building another new deck.
This is the one that you played against me.
The Goblin deck, and it fared all right. It would fare a lot better against a deck that was also restricted as well. I am looking forward to building my new Curse Breakers deck for the Grand Clash. I'm probably going to go spell heavy with that.
Yeah.
So, obviously I've missed some of this. Snurk's still alive, I can't see.
Yeah.
He's hiding at the back in Tessie in the sort of top corner, second hex in.
Snurk's hiding at the back behind Zarbag. So Zarbag's using his bag of tricks, hence why he's picking up his power deck and just searching through. I do like bag of tricks. I've not really used it because I'm tempted to use small warbands.
So which one's bag of tricks again? Just remind me.
Bag of tricks is an action. You take the action, you give your fighter a charge token, and you just draw a power card out of your power deck. So you just sort through them, draw whichever one you want. You have to tell your opponent and then reshuffle your deck.
Okay.
But because I've tended to use Curse Breakers and Guardians and things where I don't feel it adds quite as much value because your activations are pretty...
What are your thoughts that he's probably looking for something like Hidden Pass or Shadowed Step? to get Snurk into the fight of it.
Either or.
Yeah.
I think just to limit what Jacob can do, Shadow Step may be better for ploughing through those two guys there with Thunderick and Dratskewer. But then he might just want to go and pick on the little guys at the back. Maybe. Great speed going on to Dratskewer. So that's what's giving him this extra 5 charge there. He doesn't, he's missed. I think that's the first attack Jacob's missed. He's playing it well though. He was saying that his deck's built for reliability, and it looks that way. I'm just going to get 1 glory here, 1 glory here, 1 glory here, and just keep getting
away.
Yeah, probably how the Profiteers should be. Finish it off with Superior Tactician. So just working out. I think Dratskewer is on 3 health. 4, sorry, because he's inspired. Rufus says, I used it in my Nova Profiteers deck. Bag of Tricks can be very powerful. Agreed, definitely. Just for me, I'm not known for playing Curse Breakers a lot, so giving one of those guys as charge token when you want to be doing stuff with them, just didn't use it. I really see the value in it. Just drawing that one card that
you're looking for. Sometimes you have to fish for a card, and we've all done it. You're fishing for something, it's probably one that I think about looking at.
We think if it's going to cost you 2 activations to fish and find that card, if there's only a few left, you might as well spend 1 activation, gain a charge token,
and just find it. Yeah. I suppose as well, it also gives you a good chance to look through your deck, remind yourself what's still in there.
I didn't see that side of it.
And if you have got some great cards that are hidden at the bottom, just giving your deck another good shuffle through.
Yeah, I suppose you don't know that at the time, but it's a beneficial as long as you shuffle them properly.
Because we all have those key cards, and obviously that will change again next week with Beastgrave coming out. But there are those key cards that you do look for.
So, John's just done another 1 damage to Dratskewer, and he's just declared. You know when you're trying to score a warning shot and you just keep hitting, because I think he's had a crit hit, and then that was a failed defence. He just can't score it.
Yes.
He did get a kill from it though.
Right.
You alright? How are you? I'll leave you in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. So Dan's leaving me in charge now, which I'm not sure is a good thing or a bad thing. So that's another glory that Jacob scored there. So rapid reload's gone, and we're putting Fameway Crystal onto. I think it's onto his leader there. And then John's just ditching some of his cards now. He struggled with that warning shot, so he's got rid of it. And John's also ditching one of the keys. So just had the roll for going first there. And as John's just said to Jacobs, it's his game to lose. So John's not overly confident. So Jacob's taking the first one with Drake's Spear, or Drax Spear. Two hits which gets saved by John. But it's steady aim and it scores another glory. He's changing. It's that too. Josh, don't you go knock in that game? I've bought it for my little girls.
It's the far from at the minute.
So I have bought it.
Warning shot, one of the best
Good game.
accuracy boosts in the game. Absolutely. It's nice when the one damage gets the kill, to be fair, because then it's a win-win. But yeah, otherwise it's horrendous. You just seem to roll crits all the time and hit with it, or your opponent fails his defence.
One of the best accuracy boosts in the game, yeah.
Completely.
I think when I played against you, I just couldn't score it, could I? And I was just getting so frustrated that the goblins were just smashing everything.
It is painful.
It's a nice case.
What's that?
Look one. They would donate in a case. But Steve forgot about it.
Give it to the winner.
Maybe the winner.
Last place, unless it's Kev. So it's not us. So guys, just discussing some of the prizes there and what we're giving out. We've just got a KR multi-case.
Yeah, KR have just donated a lovely case to us. We are tripping over prizes at the minute.
Yeah, we've got a lot to give away. I think all the cards and stuff and things that we've collected, we'll just let people pick up.
For those of you that wanted to come and didn't come, and Umdenard, and the prize support from some of the places here has been absolutely great. We've had a quarter pack.
Boards and Swords.
Boards and Swords have given us hazard, the blocked hazard terrain pieces. Two lots of them, some cases. We've had dice, a case from KR. There's been a lot here. We've got some scenic bases to add to them. John's struggling with that glory.
It's not running away from him quite like the last one,
No, I think he's lost heart a little bit.
Oh, I'm spilling coffee everywhere. That's not good. Jacob's charging in with Lund. Shitting one of the squigs. Gets a success with the single assist and kills the squig. Jacob's going on to 6 unless some objectives come out as well with it.
I still can't grasp what John's tried to do with Snurk. If he searched his deck for a card with a bag of tricks,
I think he might just be waiting.
I think he needs to get going.
I think he's a bit worried about Draxcure at the minute. He's got 2 crits onto Draxcure,
Which he's gone.
2 damage. Jacob gets the glory for this though, because he does have the Crown of Avarice on him, but I think more worried about it. What was that? Was that the score from Josh and Mike?
No, it's 40 minutes left. I think Mike beat Josh.
Oh.
Which is good though, because we have only entered people to sort of round the numbers out for people. So we don't like winning tournaments that we're organising or.
No, but that does mean that there will only be, after 3 rounds, we'll just have the one undefeated player.
Yeah.
So then we'll play the 4th round and then decide on the final. So we're sticking with the format. As we said at the beginning, doesn't seem fair to change it. So you could actually lose a game and make the final. So all sorts to play for actually for all of them.
Yeah, it is.
So there's hidden paths come down then from John.
Need a phone charger in a minute.
Ah, no, that was a bag of tricks, sorry, and he pulls out hidden paths. So, I wonder what he pulled out with the first one then.
I don't know.
Because yeah,
He's got Shadow Stepped in there. You'd have expected one or the other.
I'm surprised he didn't hit him pathing because it's now John's turn. Kind of lost track of where we were there. Surely it can't be if he's just a bag of tricks, but these guys know what they're doing.
It's a strange one that John hasn't pulled him and played him earlier. He's still not playing it. Okay. He's got him. Pushing back. And John's choosing to keep the boss there. Thundrick.
Thundrix hit the squig with a success. The squig dodges it on a crit. Beautiful. Do you like doing your little like,
Yeah,
Pac-Man noises
you've got to do
with
Pac-Man
squigs?
noises with them squig. You wait till them beastmen come out and the noises that I make for them bad boys.
Gotta be doing every charge. It's the heavy grunting that will worry me.
Oh yeah. That's when I use
Bring back horrible memories.
That's when I score a surge.
I was just deciding what to do here. Just gonna charging with the guys ended up on the left of those three, I think, and then scurried over. No, it's just charges the one instead. It's got a hit and a crit. It's just doing one wound.
You come here. I'll go in. I'm just going to charge my phone up anyway. I need to wait.
Right. Hidden path snake in there. Dropping into that back corner. I'm assuming just for keys and thinking that he can just spin away in there. Although he's trapped if he gets attacked. But yeah, supremacy coming out. Sorry, not just for the keys, but drops that down. So we had one there for the Profiteers and 3 for John.
That will get John inspired now, though, which he desperately needed.
Yeah, now he's inspired. Snoke's in a bit of an awkward situation. Going into the third and final round. We've got a single and a double from the Profiteers. I think John's still deciding what to do. Let's put a Fameway Crystal, I think, there down onto one of the bowmen. The players are just discussing where the keys are and who's got them. Obviously, you could see a big swing at the end, or the Profiteers cut them down. So there's only 3 of them left. And so John's won that roll off with 2 singles and a double. John's going first with the squig attacking. It's a crit and assist, so that is a dead. Iron Hail, I want to say.
It's not Iron Hail there. That's Iron
Lund.
Lund, yeah.
Dead Eye
Lund. That's it.
So chalking a glory on for John. Putting him on to 5. Still quite close actually. This one, this could go to a third game quite easily.
How many keys have we had played so far?
So I believe the 2 goblins that are on objectives in John's half, which is Zarbag plus Prog, I think. It looks like he's got some sort of batwing going on, so it's got to be his net. I believe they've both got the keys for those objectives.
Is that all there is? You seen Andy? Foxton?
I think he's just deciding what to do in the power step there.
Right.
Archer's focus has just gone down onto Thundrick.
He needs to do some work.
Crown of Avarice has just gone down onto one of John's fighters. I'm not quite sure which one. Guessing one of the 2 with the keys. At least then, if he loses that fighter and loses the 2, he still gains the 1.
Oh.
So we should be on to Jacob's first activation shortly. Yep, both pass now. Just took a bit of deliberation there.
Thunder's going to make a straight up shot.
Straight against that squig.
Is he going in a squig or is he going in?
Crit and a hammer. Squig is dead.
Oh, and he's got Blessing the Hydrogoss on the go. 1. Transfixing Stairs being played against that.
It looks like an archer.
Yeah, I presume that's going to be the guy with the
next to him's Drizzt.
Fameway crystal as well.
Yeah. Player's just confirming that the best in the Hydra just is a push. You sub in Ash while I go to the little boys' room. It's going to swap out here and put Mr. Buckler back on.
So while Dan goes to the little boys' room, which I usually go to the men's room. Little Goonies reference there for the geeks amongst us.
So it looks like Thundrick's bouncing around a little bit.
Have we got Snurk involved yet?
Snurk is still sat on the screen as bottom left. He's holding objective 2.
I suspect then John's going to play for keys with him.
Yeah.
You know, trusting that 3 dodges, he not. Yeah, trusting that 3 dodges, Snurk's enough to withstand any attacks that might come his way.
He is also pinned in the corner there. So unless he's got.
We're joined by Kev, one of the other good-looking men from Ready for Action.
Hello there.
Do we know what the rugby score was?
Don't tell me.
I don't know. I'm asking you. I thought you might have looked.
I'm avoiding it.
So Kev, you played Andy Robinson last round. You played Joe McGall's Fiends into his Sepulchral Guard. How did that go?
Quite disappointingly. I've lost 6 out of 6 today, so Yeah, it's a bad day for the McGraw Fiends. But no, I thought I was smashing him. I was a bit.
You were at one point, from what we could see.
I was gonna, I think, just annihilate him in the first game. But he had tombs at the end, which has got at least 6, which just put it beyond my reach. So there's nothing. I think there was nothing I could have done. But oh well, that's Underworlds for you.
Oh, so while we've been listening to Kev, it looks like we've had Shadowed Step played on Snurk. He's dropped straight into the middle here. He took a wound off denying.
Nice.
So he took a wound from denying toxic gases, and then with some great play there, he's taken Thunderic out, driven 3 hexes straight over, and gone along to take objective number 5. I don't think that could have gone any better.
Not really, no. And to be fair, he's in a great position to take out the little dangle bro for the Profiteers that's hiding at the back. Probably Allenson. Can't really see which one he is.
I believe it's Allenson. I think he's the only one who's not done much this round. And that does leave it 9-6. I can imagine we're going to see a score, though, of Tactics Supremacists.
Down there, where that green tube is. Just look interesting. That's brilliant. Lovely.
Bit of a CNA pose going on there for the cameras. Do you want to have a listen in? So me and Kevin are old schooling with the headphones, where the kids of today won't realise what it is. It's where you have one set of headphones and share it with your best mate.
I've got to agree with Math06. What a play. Great play there from John. Might have got him back into the game.
Yeah. I suspect John will keep Snurk now on that hex and play for the key, rather than scatter him again. Sensual.
Just a caressing of hands going over here.
Okay. We're very comfortable here at Ready for Action.
We're steering that mouse, aren't we, like Ghost?
Oh,
How's it going on the top table? I don't want to go over, they seem quite intense.
yeah.
So currently, for those just joining us, we are 10-6 Profiteers for Ghosts. Gits. We've got 23 minutes left in this round, and
These are going to have to go to another game. If John takes this, they're going to go to
he's running behind there. He's 4 glory behind here at this, so he's going to really have to pull something out of the bag to get out. But
he's on 2 objectives. That could be 6 glory.
It could potentially be 6 glory. I mean, it does depend.
Supremacy, if he's got it in his hand.
It's already been scored by.
Yeah. So he's drawing a card for his last.
So let's see how this goes.
It's like desperation.
Yes, it is.
He's looking for his keys.
Oh, he's only got 1 spare glory there.
Boom, 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 boom. 6 for the keys for John. Can he scrounge 5 more glory?
Oh! Oh!
Sneaky gobbos.
What a play!
There's 18 there, John.
John's that excited, we just have to run him and tell him the scores. Mate, you are. Yeah, I'm good. You're in charge, Kev. You're on speaker, mate.
Hey, keeping alright?
Yeah,
Oh, good, yeah.
still painting then, and
Yeah. Still plugging away.
still doing orcs.
Yeah. Love me orcs, mate.
I see you keep popping them up online.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You brought your squig? The squig, yeah?
I'm not playing. Yeah, we're running it for them. So bought my goblin.
Great play there from, well, it was a great score there from the end in John with sneaking that from 6 to score 12 extra glory at the end and take that. Just had a quick chat with the guys. John was having
He thought he'd scored 6.
he thought he'd soored 16, and we had to just go in there and just remind him to have another count of all that glory he'd got there. So he was looking quite tired, quite surprised, but he's very proud of the shadowed step with Snurk. Great play.
Go up the main street, then take the inherit turn left, and then zigzag up to it. That's what we're the bottom there. What is it?
Shove him back in. John Rins has 12 glory swing, very nice. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was really well played. John is one of the best kits players I know, if not the best kits player I know. Really good. But yeah, pulling off 3 keys, followed up by a big stack of 2 glory objectives.
It's going to be interesting to see how he adapts his play when when Beastgrave drops and all the keys fall out of his deck.
Yeah. Time for a speedy round 3 too, right? What time have we got left, Mr. Jones? Can you have a check up on the old BCP? See what the time says, and we'll give the guys a shout as well.
We'll let them all know. We have 20 minutes remaining.
20 minutes left, so not too bad. Not too bad, really. I like to play a game with John at the Grand Clash in about 10 minutes. I think we got to the end of round 2 playing really quickly. And that was a bit ridiculous.
I've got a jacket yet.
But we're both playing Gits then. Gits take a while to play. Take a lot of thought as well sometimes.
You do look cool. Can you play it? Are you watching the game? It seems really complicated. It seems like they could really make it a bit more easy. Sometimes I think
Dan's just telling the players now that there's 20 minutes to go. He's having his wander around. There's only 2 games left playing. How did you get on, Kevin, your game?
Well, I was just saying to Ashley and Mr. Jones that it's not been going very well for the McGorfins today. 6 losses, 0 wins. I just played the Guard, not the Skeletons, and yeah, I thought I
butchered them.
I was about to annihilate him in the first game, but he had tombs in his deck and he just ended up getting 6 glory at the end, just pinching it in both games. I couldn't have done anything else. So
Wigglefish says, do you guys think 90 minutes is enough for the average player to get through 3 games? Kind of. I find if you go to the full 3 games, you do always end up really quite tight. Obviously a lot of games finish in 2 anyway, but yeah, I think 90 minutes is probably, I think you're probably better having an hour and 3/4 rather than an hour and a half, to be fair. We were quite tight for time on this. We only have 15 minutes between rounds, half an hour for lunch, due to the venue basically, so we need to be finishing on time. And we were hoping at the time when we started organising it, we were hoping to get about 32 players. We had lots and lots of interest in it. I think kind of towards the end of the season it kind of fades away and drops off anyway, so we capped it at 32 and thought 4 rounds, gets down to 2 people undefeated, they play in a final. We actually could end up with the 2 finalists having both lost a game with only 12 players and playing 4 rounds, which could be quite good. So also then it gives the players that have lost a round a chance to still play for the final and still try and squeak in.
yeah, that extra 15 minutes would be nice, but over 4 games, that's an extra hour in the day, isn't it? So
yeah, so it's all.
Used to roll dice and like either spoiler list or could just jump over there.
It'd be nice to have. I think. So we just started quite early. We got here about 7:30ish, setting up and stuff. Players registering at 8:30. Started the first round. We actually started about 9:30 instead of 9 because we had players that had paid but not turned up. So we gave them a little bit of extra time, and then by the time we actually kicked off, we were running about half hour late anyway. So I suppose if we'd have had the extra 15 minutes, we'd be screwed. Then again, we could have not had the final round and done it.
yeah.
But if the players know the score, 90 minutes is pretty standard, really. Like I say, it's probably not long enough though.
No, but the game was going on. I wanted to get involved, but none of that.
I suppose it depends. If it's Magor's Fiends into Magor's Fiends or Garrick's Reavers or something where everyone's going to be charge, and you've only got 2 fighters to do things with after the next round, you finish 3 games pretty quick.
You have to draw that line somewhere. So,
Yeah.
so they placed their objective markers for the 3rd final game. The Gubbos look like they've just placed 3 in their side. You've got 2 on the Dwarf side.
Yeah, the Dwarves have gone with the age-old favourite of the Orcs. I used to love this board with the Orcs, where you got the 4 closest starting hexes. I think you can probably get on any board. There might be one that's a bit better, but that's a good board. He wants to get in the face. He wants to kill as many goblins as he can. No, well, 3 crits I think was the roll there. So, it might have been 2 actually, plus the bonus one. Jacob's choosing to go first, and he's going first. I'm going to say that might be Iron Hail taking a shot. At least he got 1 hit and a dodge.
Get me hence for 1 glory.
I believe that's actually a bit of a misplay on there. So he's just got to get the hence after knocking him back on a draw, which obviously he shouldn't do. We're not going to interfere with the game now, but a knockback only occurs on a successful attack, and it was not successful. Sure, Shadow Step, Snurk's coming in. BEA, beautiful. See some squished dwarves. And shortcut scored for Jonathan. Boom. 1-1, ties it up quickly. He's got an inspired Snurk in the face of Iron Hail there. Let's go, Jacob. Got more fans in. He had a fantastic first game, 21-7, and then just lost in that one from a great play by John at the end of it, who's took in 12 glory in the 3rd M phase to go 16-18 and just snick that. So they're in the 3rd round.
Here we go.
Here comes Snurk, and I don't think that's a good one. Doesn't look good. John's got his head in his hands. He's not happy. Mr. Gunn, how did you get on with your Magor's Fiends?
News just in. Magor cannot swing and for anything. I had the one which basically scores him glory for killing people for the initial kill. I had that in my hand right at the start, and by the 3rd round, he still hadn't scored it.
Nice.
Because he was just tickling everybody that he fought. But never mind. Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. So Cool Taunt being played onto Thundrick, and it comes off. So he's uninspired and cannot be inspired again. Cool Taunt.
Just have a look to see what you see. Have a look on YouTube, see what you see yourself. I mean, it might not be, but just watching it just seems a bit like.
Players just deciding what to
One
do.
of them when you play it for that time, you get the end of it. What is it called?
Archer's Focus.
Archer's Focus, yeah, get down to Iron Hail.
See you later, mate. Good luck.
It's 2 crits.
2 crits and a hit. Yeah, he's 3. So he scores glory for headshot there. I like the Profiteers and I like the way Jacob's playing them. Simple, like, glory just adds up. That was on Snurk there, and he's taken him quite a way out of the game. John better hope he can get a hidden pass out quickly. set it after every 5 minutes. He's fine. So it's spamming my language.
I can see that push being a significant play.
And boards and sort of as the fifth one. So I've got all like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so it just rotates around every 5 minutes. So long as there's been 5 minutes in the chat.
He's going for it. Can he get back up there?
It was closer.
Could really have done being a bit more central, couldn't he? But I do that job. Yeah.
Ash is just leaned in, so yeah, he got knocked back from Ironhelm's. Ironhelm have knocked back Josh, our profiteer player.
Yes, he was.
Yes, so he got knocked back. So he got quite close, and then he got next to him, and then he spun away unfortunately, and then got knocked back. So he got put quite a fair way away. Solid play. It's going to waste John's activations getting him back up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't quite see the rolls there. But that was 4 successes onto Snurk. Oh, so he's done 1 damage to Snurk there, pushed him into the edge hex, and then encroaching shadowed him to gain another glory. Solid. Encroaching shadow is actually a really good card in the Profiteers deck, thinking about it, because you've got the knockback in there.
It's all about the chip damage with Profiteers.
Chip damage, yeah, exactly. Encroaching shadow. I suppose the one where you do a damage for being on an objective. That could be a good one as well. I suppose you don't know who you're playing and want to be standing on objectives, but yeah, lethal ward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plink damage.
You see now the classic Profiteers are just nice gun line ready to go. Just keep picking him off.
Yeah. Drizget's going in now. I think John's heard Ash from earlier and said kill Drizget.
2
get him
hammers.
gone, and then he crit defends. But get Drizget gone and then Squigs can come running in, yeah.
It'll give him the 2
The
dodge
cleave.
as well, won't it?
No, they only stay on 1 dodge, I
Stay on
believe,
one,
the
I thought they got
Squigs.
2, but no, it's the cleave that you want, really.
Yeah, the cleave, 3 dice, 2 damage, hitting on hammers with cleave. Pretty damn solid, to be fair.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Rastus, the same attack as him. Very cagey start. No, I suppose not actually. Gonna fight at the time and let another time. It's just gonna be close, isn't it? Crit and a success.
That's Jonesy.
He's
It's
out
a
of there.
crit, but it doesn't matter. He's dead, so that's a squig dead. So I think Jacob's gonna he's gonna kill Drizget, but probably kill the squigs first, which is the right thing to do.
I don't know where Jonesy is.
So charging a scurry there from, I reckon he's going to roll a crit and hit and not score a warning shot. Rolls a hit, defends it. Doesn't score a warning shot. Oh, he's dropped escalation out in the first round there. Nicely done. I suppose with all the score immediatelys.
He's binned shining
Yeah.
example.
Yeah, shining example goes. I was just wondering why, but it's because he's been cruel taunted as well, so he's not going to get it next round, is he? He can't get it for the rest of the game.
So that was a very solid start for Jacob's Profiteer. Dwarfs in a way. So.
Is Dan gone back in there? They've just asked how long they've got
About
left.
half an hour of overtime anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, but they've just asked how long they've got left. Where's he gone?
I don't know.
About 10-15 minutes. I need to find out exactly. If I log off that, I lose it. Has anyone got BCP? BCP. Oh. Did you see what he scored there, Kev? We were just distracted trying to figure out how much time's left.
I didn't.
But John's gone up onto 3 glory.
6 minutes.
10.
About 10.
He's got about 10 minutes left in the round. Ash has just gone through to tell them. They are, however, in round 2, so we'll update that across the bottom there. 6-3 and it's close. John's going first. We're seeing a charge from Drizgit.
A lot of dice.
There's a stand and shoot, I think, there. Which is successfully defended. Just gets a crit and a hammer in his attack. And just 2 wounds. And is he going to push him back? Yeah, he's going to knock him back. Thought about the objective, but didn't put him on it.
We do it after this round or after the Edgeman's finish.
Just hear John saying there that he doesn't mind losing, he just wants to play the full game, so they're playing quite fast.
Crit.
Hangon gets a crit. This is crit city. Doing the damage there. I believe that was onto Drizgit, could be wrong. John's charging in there and standing on that objective with the bow one. Guess
Do you really want a spaceship game? I mean, a flying game.
it's a
Certainly for the first market.
crit defence, I think that was as well.
I don't know. It's pretty tight, gents.
It is close.
Go look at this aeronautical, mate.
It is down there, oh,
Gets another damage there onto, like I say, I think Drizgit, I'd assume Drizgit, because he's got 3 wounds and somebody's took 2 damage and is still alive. So most of the others will be dead. I believe Jacob's trying to score a warning shot currently, but can't, because he keeps rolling crits there, which, as was mentioned earlier, it's the best accuracy boost you can get.
Unfortunately, you always use it on your rubbish gun.
Yeah. Oh, crit and a hit. Iron Hell goes down.
It's out.
Nice. A little plink damage working out for the goblins there. Some on another.
So he's only a 3 wound character anyway.
Yeah, and he was
He's-
inspired. Oh yeah, it goes from 2 to 3, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and he gains
Yeah.
a shield for defence. But he's a good character. He's good at
Double
More
crit.
crits.
I think that was for Iron Hale.
He's going to last chance it. John's last chance. Yeah, he's failed the roll, so the last chance is good. If that makes sense. Drizgit hanging on in there. There's then a warning shot that's just come down for Jacob, so it's kind of, yeah, you killed him for a glory or got a glory for that.
So either way, you're going to score it.
Yeah, you got a glory either way, haven't you? At the end of the day, you don't know. He might have something else to go with it if he got the kill, but he'll be happy with scoring a glory. I think that's why it got restricted so quickly. There's a move action coming up, and then a scurry with Zarbag, so it's getting on those objectives. I'm assuming for a supremacy in our only way out or something along those lines.
It is his turn 4. I don't know where he's got the third man coming from.
He's got, so top left hand corner.
Oh, yes.
You've got one of the Archer Gobbos is stood on there. We could let them finish the round, 15-minute break, start the next one at 3.
We're going to do 4 rounds. We'll do 4 rounds and the final.
I think so. That's what we said at the beginning. I think we should.
We're going to end up with someone playing with the same person again.
It's fine in the final.
Pardon?
It's fine in the final.
This is the final now. I'm sure I think this is going to be enough. Just playing this one round and then that's it.
This one?
It's coming one, so 4.
Do you want to ask everyone though, make sure they're happy with that? So just because some time is there, I think we're going to let them finish this round and wrap the next one up in sort of the next 10 minutes or so. So it seems a bit harsh cutting them short when this is for potentially a place in the final. So Live by the Code and Master of War for 2 for the Profiteers.
It was a solid end for Jacob in this round 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, taking someone out with what armour?
He took him off that objective, did he? Yeah. So actually, the scoring is wrong. The scoring is 11. Just update that on there. 4 for John.
We're calling time in a second.
They're entering the last round now, so we'll let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dan's just told him.
Have you been in and told him, Isaac?
Dan's been and told him, so just confirm between ourselves here that we're going to let them finish the game and finish the round.
This is the cake. Flapjack.
Which, to be fair, I think John was speed playing and doing things thinking it was going to end it there, but actually if it had ended there, it'd have lost anyway, so if he ends up losing. So I don't think Jacob's let it affect him at all at the time's running out.
I suppose the problem with the Gits is you've got a lot to do with them and a lot of mechanics involved with it. The scurries and the interactions between the models.
They require a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Just that one move, because you think, well, hang on, if I'm going to score a calculated risk here, I want to make sure that if I draw a mad score, I've got the other guys going, and I want to keep them safe.
Well, I know having been at previous tournaments with John, he said that he's dropped Keep 'em Guessing, because just trying to work out how to score it for the goblins can be a logistical nightmare for him.
It's a lot harder now that you have to use Snurk's ability to use the action on the fighter card. The fact that the reactions don't count anymore on the fighter card, that made it a lot tougher. Whereas before you could almost ignore Snurk for the turn, inspire him, and then get ready to teleport in the next turn. But score it from getting a mad scory reaction to get a charge, a move, and a reaction action on the fighter card.
Does everyone know that they're just going to play this last round? Or? Cool. We're going to do painted.
Do you want to ask everyone then if they're all happy to finish it? Round 4, everyone's happy. Cool.
Do you want to put? Should we do best painted now while they're still playing? Get everyone to line them up, or do you want to do it after the games?
Yeah. After get best paint in now and get them to line up.
Are we going to get? Are we scoring it or are they scoring it?
Let's just do both.
Ben.
Everyone gets a glory token and put them next to.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just discussing how we're going to do the best painted. I think everyone who's here in attendance is going to get given a glory token and put it next to their favourite warband. We'll get some photos of them and get them posted up to the page later. So John's happy at missing that one, score himself a warning shot.
He said already, I said,
Chalking him onto 5. Still chasing behind, but he has still got enough fighters left for some key shenanigans to come out again. So this could be on. Welcome back, Joe.
I'm back in the hot seat.
Back in the seat. So it's 11-5 in a minute, and
It's the Profiteers, eh?
yeah, it's not looking. It's looking quite even, considering that you know what John could pull out with keys.
Yeah.
12 glory at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's holding at least 2 of the objectives at the moment.
Well, he just got what armour killed off an objective at the end of the last one, which denied him supremacy on your way out as well, I believe.
Gosh, okay.
So it's a good kill from Jacob at the end of the round. And to update the rank angles, we're actually on round 3.
Have you shown the Wood Our Pretty Faces yet, Dan?
Have we not seen your pretty face?
We've not seen the pretty faces yet, have we? But it's all right. We'll watch the rest of the game
Watch
first.
the rest of the game and then we'll flick you on and we'll wave goodbye before we put the little gap picture up. So we've just been discussing for the stream, we're probably going to finish at the end of round 4 due to only having 12 players and not quite the 32 we were hoping.
Oh no, it's a bit of a shame, really.
No, the end of the season and the lull and that, and then we'll be finishing it. So the next round will actually be pretty much the final. So it'll be the top 2 players playing on table 1, playing for the Glass Trophy. So we should see. Currently looking like Jacob's going to be back on. He should be in the final playing for trophy. Obviously, if John wins, John will be back on playing in the final. But it's looking like Jacob at the minute. I think he's just edging this.
But more importantly, Dan, who are we looking on the bottom table? Is it going to be myself and Kev? This is the question.
It could well be. It could well be. You have a look. If you just go back on the app there and go on placings, and you can see.
Oh.
So it may well be. No, I don't think it will be. So Kev will be playing Thomas.
Okay. You've
Maybe. Depends on
just
how it works,
escaped me
actually.
there then, potentially, mate.
Kind of depends on who's played who so far.
Yes, it's true.
So BCP will avoid that. Sorry, discussing and looking at phones. Jacob's on 12 glory, and I don't know why. Steady aim.
There you
can just
go.
see that. Excellent. Which Jacob? Yeah, it looks like he's got this now. We know that John could pull something out, so it's not over, but it looks like he's got it. And I think he's lacking in a bit of glory as well to put those keys down, to be fair, with everything spent. So this could be tough unless the keys are already out on the fighters. Big Jacob gang, they're all in here. You should be seeing him in the final as well.
If he carries on the way he is, definitely.
Yeah. If he's got loads of fans in the chat, we're going to have to support the other guy. It's just to balance things
Come
out.
on, John, you got this, mate. You got this.
He's played it well, to be fair. So if you've not been watching throughout, Jacob took the first game 21-7. I think he scored all but one of his objectives, and I think he wiped the goblins out, and John actually just missed out on our annihilation spot prize for losing all your fighters. So yeah, 21-7 in that, and then in the last one, Jacob went up to 16, and before John scored his cards and his keys, it was 16-6, and ended up being 16-18.
Wow.
So he pulled out 3 keys and then 3 2-glory objectives. Go, John! You're gonna have to give each other a load of crap talk and smack talk.
Crap talk and smack talk. That is gonna be.
Oh, look, got people cheering both players on. That's good. Smack. It is smack talk.
Looks like a profiteer's day.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they might have took this.
John's got all the cards that he needs though in his hand. He could pip it.
I don't know if he's got the keys out yet. That's the issue, because he's got no glory to put the keys on.
Okay, centre of attention, just pull out.
Centre of attention.
Oh.
Jacob number 1.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
I don't think he meant to do that.
Absolutely surrounding him. He's probably realising he needs the kill to get the keys out of the glory.
Yeah, possibly.
So he's got to go for something.
I think for the first time today since 8 o'clock, all 6 of us are actually here as well.
We are, yeah. I'm still trying to find the collective name for the Ready for Action group when we assemble.
I think it's called a crit.
A crit of Ready for Action.
Crit of Ready for Action. I'm still going with a tangle of beards for when there's a group of 3 or more beards.
That's just me. That's just me and you, isn't it, mate?
Well, I haven't come out with all the beards and lack of.
We're certainly having the different stages of being.
This is the
in group.
4th activation.
When you watch it, though, that'll be impressive.
There he comes. There's the scurry.
Scurrying away. So I wonder what the centre of attention was all about.
I think the centre of attention was probably just to try
scurry
and
off.
yeah, potentially to get
Bring
scurry
everyone
off.
together.
Yeah, good shout there. Double crit there just to do the 1 damage. Onto the arch charge. Good shout, yeah. Centre of attention, drag them all together, score, mad scoring. Good kill.
Go.
Jacob drops Superior Tactician out. And that looks like it. Oh,
Are they scoring it?
yep. So that's 15 for the Profiteers. We've got 3 for Keys on Zarbag.
Yep.
Is he going to do it again?
There we go.
Obviously, he can't put grades.
Oh.
He's got
Supremacy
Supremacy
5.
and Great Gains. So 13, I believe that is.
That's still a good
15.
comeback.
It's not a bad comeback.
It's 15.
Is it 15 for
15?
John as well?
Yeah, it's done him. 13, 15, I think.
How many is that, John?
13. Yeah.
13. Good win for Jacob there.
That was,
Well
it was
done.
all down to that last key.
He couldn't get that kill.
Couldn't get the
because
key
he didn't
off.
have the glory to do it.
15-13.
15-13. Brilliant game.
We're
Wow.
going to do best painted now.
Do you want to all stand
Let's
behind
just
and we'll
do-
get us
let's-
all on...
We're just gonna flip the screen around just to say hello to everybody.
Take those out.
How are we doing?
Everyone just dunked
All right, Marie.
So we'll be back on shortly. We're just going to do a bit of a best painted, take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with round 4, which will be the final, very shortly.
Yep.
So
See you in a bit.
see you guys shortly.
Hi everybody, back here now, ready to start round 4.
Yep.
So,
Top table is Mike Carlin.
yeah, Mike and Jacob,
Yep, Mike's taking his lovely Skaven.
painted very well, aren't they? As usual, he's got his electrical tape out.
masking tape, I think, this time. He's upgraded from electrical tape to masking tape. I think if he's the highest finishing unpainted warband, he's going to get a little paint set as a spot prize, because they should be painted.
Should have
it's
painted
lazy.
something by now.
Yeah, it's been 2 seasons now, Mike, and we're going into a 3rd, and you should have painted them. Season 1 warband anyway. Then obviously Jacob's still on there with his Profiteers, who I can't see the Hunger and Fester deck beating them, if I'm honest. I think
He's done, that Profiteer's deck has done really well. It's been quickly accumulating glory, and it's
that's
done
the thing.
it
It just
consistently
yeah,
as well. So it's
consistent.
great.
That's the key, isn't it? It just ticks over and ticks over, and just scores. It might be a low scoring deck, but it's a quick scoring deck.
Yeah.
So
I think we've seen quite a few low scores though. Really today, it's been quite tight. Some of these games have.
I mean, taking the skeletons and without keys is always going to be a struggle. Gearing them up to score so much in the end phase, end phase, third end phase cards is an absolute massive ask. But so should we click on see what they're
Yeah,
up
well,
to at the minute?
just going through what the pairings are for the round. We've got Jacob and John on for table 1, John and Rob on table 2, Dan and Andy on 3, Josh and Mark on round 4, game 4. So straight down onto the board cam.
Any more hazards?
So just
I thought I was going for the winner. What, Beast Grade?
No, Beast Grade goes to last place unless it's kicked. Otherwise it goes to
I'm going to give KL case for prize this spot round. Spot. Yeah?
Yeah,
and what's that going to be for?
what's the main forge?
Should it be the reverse of last time? The person that takes out somebody's warband? Oh, no, you can't really do that, can you? You could do something towards the end, couldn't you? High scoring glory over their game this round.
So
We're just trying to find out what our spot prize is going to be and what it's going to be for, so just bear with us a second.
Mike has lost boards.
If you want. It's a tough one.
Should you do 2 ready for action?
Yeah, if you want. Not much else you can do there, is there? Joe for the second time claiming the spot prize. We'll ignore Joe though because
He doesn't
count.
The guys on the main table are suggesting that they actually haven't drawn a card yet, and some of the players here have already soared glory.
Some of the players have already felt the need to play ready for action. I'm gonna pinch one of them, dude.
So shining example, superior tactician. Anyone that is watching and paying close attention, we're using Mike's set of objective tokens, and you'll be able to see these are the original Shadespire ones. You can see around the edges of
That
those.
is not a glow, that is well worn.
They're well worn white on the outside there. Mike, I think, plays most evenings with the guys from Steel City. So as you can see, those we're ready to cycle out those Shadespire objective tokens.
So did you see Jacob's cards then? He flashed them up?
We saw Superior Tactician and Shining Example. We didn't see the third one. What that
Mike
was.
started off with Sub Tactician Shortcut. He has got hidden pass in there. Plus lives are cheap, so he's going to obviously try and kill off a couple of fighters. What we've still got left to give away, so we can discuss this on the chat anyway. We've got the KO multi-case is going to the first person with the kill we're ready for action in this game, which was Joe. However, with Joe being a part of us, he's skipped it, so it's the next person to get a kill ready for action. We've also got to give away still the Age of Sigmar rulebook, a copy of Beastgrave, the Death Guard painting set, and some barbed bracken. So I'm going to suggest that we, last place maybe gets the Age of Sigmar rulebook and told to play a different game. Just because it'd be quite funny, although it might be quite embarrassing as well. So yeah, we still need to give away some prizes, unless we take them back because we have given away. We need to give away the
I'll take the
Nightbolt
Beastgrave.
Terrain
I'll have the
and the Beastgrave because they're prizes that have been donated. The rest of them have come from us, so taking them back isn't a bad thing.
I think Beastgrave has to go to the winner.
I think what I might do, a ready for action kill should happen soon, so I might just pop back in and say next spot prize, another kill we're next kill we're ready for action is the Age of Sigmar rulebook, and just keep doing it. And just
Keep it going.
giving
Yeah,
it
go for that then.
Yeah. Cool.
Highest, highest unpainted warband, give him one of the paint sets.
Yeah, that's Mike.
It's Mike.
Yeah, so you can have the paint set. So I'll give away the rulebook, the terrain, and the bracken as the next 3 spots.
Beastgrave should go to the first place. I think it should.
I think it should go to last place. I think you should have it.
I think there's nice commiserations, unless it's Kev, in which case
You just move it on.
yeah.
Get the next person up, yeah? After Kev. Second to last. If it's Kev. We're talking to Kev like he's last place and
He's lost 3, so
Kev, sorry, mate. If you watch this far, he won't watch this far because he's going to go home and watch the rugby on highlights. So
I'll load you guys the chat back up in case, because I know Jacob has a bit of a fan club going on in here. So I wonder if MC Smalley and 3 Trees Stoned are still in here cheering him on.
hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Thought I'd come down and give you a hug.
How are you doing?
Oh, good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Damn it, mate.
Good stuff.
You're live on stream if you're tall loud enough.
Don't want to.
We just joined by one of our gaming buddies, Georgie, who plays Orcs. Bless her.
Path to Glory Gaming's asking if we can adjust the camera up a notch.
That's because they've placed the board slightly higher.
Is it possible to do that, Mr. Smedley, or is it possible just to sneak the boards down slightly?
You're getting techie.
We'll try and do our best, guys.
Yeah, I've been here since 10. But you're all the way over here. You don't know here.
A lot of people not come with sausage.
Is that better?
That's a lot better. So hopefully Champagne 1992 and Path to Glory Gaming, that's sorted. Is that better for you guys? Not a problem. So we have a score there from Mike. He's played Hidden Path, scoring shortcut.
Shortcut. Nice. So Dwarden Resilience coming out there for Jacob. Bit of a protection for the next activation. Obviously, I missed that. Who was the Hidden Path? Was it Scritch?
Scritch got Hidden Paths.
Yeah, so he's protecting him. Yeah, the player's just sorting out the tokens here. Getting into Mike's first activation. He says he's going to pontificate for a little bit. Have a think about it. When are we going to get the Path to Glory Ready for Action collab going? Well, I mean, there is a bit of distance between us. I'm thinking actually when Warhammer Underworlds Online is released, we could get some squad streaming and stuff going on there.
That'd be good. Maybe we should get some podcasts on the go as well.
Yeah,
I think there's a bit of movement, isn't there, around? I've recently moved house, and you're looking.
I'm hopefully moving on Friday, so it's just been a bit busy. So the podcast have kind of took a bit of a backstage really, and we've just been keeping the battle reports going on every Sunday at 6. So there will be one in just under 3 hours. There'll be another battle report on there. Dan takes his dicey fast riders out for a spin.
Oh yeah, it does feel though of reason that the only games that I've actually played have been for the YouTube. It's been a very busy time, but yeah, definitely up for collaborating on some more games with lots of the different guys in the community. We've spoken about this with John Reese, with the guys Steel City, and with the Vault Dwellers from Doncaster, just trying to get some more games in and get some things for not just for ourselves but for podcast and YouTube, and just getting the community going.
It's always good. I think that's what's my favourite thing about the Warhammer Underworlds, the community side of it, and how everyone just kind of supports each other, helps each other, plugs each other and stuff like that. I think it's just really good. It's a good community to be involved in, definitely. You're enjoying the YouTube stuff as well? Awesome. Cheers, man.
Thanks, Jonathan.
I'm going to say, I enjoy the Path to Glory podcast. I enjoy the fact that, unlike us, it's quite frequent, and I'm not sure if you actually have a set schedule for when you release, but you do release podcasts frequently, which is really good. I cycle to work, so I spend, it takes me an hour and a quarter each way, so 3 times a week, 4.5 hours a week I'm cycling, and I like to listen to podcasts while I'm doing it, so I look forward to sometimes wake up in the morning and my Castbox alert's gone off and it's like, oh, another one from Path to Glory, excellent, that's my commute sorted. And just listen to that as I'm riding in. Not
So-
with in-ear headphones, by the way. Safety first.
So quick one back to the game. We've got 2 scores here from Mike, and now immediately is over from Jacob, and we've not seen a kill yet, and that was 4 activations from Jacob. We do know he's got it's a shining example, isn't it? He's got in his
Shining
deck.
example. And you said you saw Superior Tactician as well, did you?
Superior Tactician. I'm not sure what the third one was,
I
but
don't know. I hope it's a score immediately for him because he kind of needs to get that ball rolling. He needs to get inspired.
He needs to inspire
fair.
to score his shining example. So he's not looking like he's got a good position. So Jacob has not scored, and
neither's
Mike
Mike.
hasn't scored nothing either.
So, you don't have a schedule. Well, you do well in like keeping a routine sort of going. I think it's What the Heck's podcast. They have a schedule, I think, of every 2 weeks, if I'm right. So that's good for me. That keeps me topped up quite a bit. Along with I'm rattling at Battle for Salvation. I listen to those guys as well. I can't think of any more. My mind's slipping. There's one that 2 guys started that are very new to the game, which I thought was really cool, listening to their perspective on things. But I think they only did 1 or 2, and then kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, Champagne 92. So who is this? Is this fella? Sorry,
So
I'm lost.
that might be a man. Thinking it might be a man just because Path to Glory Gaming is Jonathan.
Yeah.
So, and he mentioned that when are we going to get a Path to Glory and Ready for Action code up there.
So on the
Rage Quit Wire, yeah, they seem to have gone yet.
really enjoyed the.
Yeah, it is a man.
Yeah,
Right,
really
nice to
enjoyed the
chat to you.
mid-tournament thoughts and recaps. I'll be honest with you, the reason that is, it's myself, Dan Jones. I'm part of the problem why we've not had those mid-tournament thoughts.
Yeah, so we
Recaps.
discussed the 90 minutes as a time limit.
There's a 90-minute time limit, and it takes me about 2 hours to get a game in because I'm very, very slow. So I've actually got a few of them half recorded and then run out. So yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we kind of struggle on time, don't we, a little bit,
Yeah.
and then we record a little bit and go through, and then we're back in. So it makes it a bit of a rush.
Yeah, but we do need to get some more of those in. It works a lot better at smaller tournaments where you've got a little bit more time in between rounds.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're finding that most tournaments at the moment are 10 plus players playing 4 rounds.
Generally, with only 15 minutes between rounds, sort of
Yeah,
thing,
and you
so-
really do struggle.
Yeah. So
This is very
just
expendable.
discussing expendable there, saying that you don't get the glory for the kill, but you do get the ones for scoring objectives. So
So we're
Mike's
still on
popping that
2-0.
down onto one of them. Might be festering, I think. I think there's a blade on that fighter card that he's holding in his tail.
Yeah, it's Festrin.
Yeah.
And Festrin's the fighter quite close to the centre of the board, next to our objective 5. Looks like he's in range of Thundrick at present.
Still 2-0. Quite a low scoring game. Obviously we've seen Shining Example be ditched out of Jacob's hand. We're on round 2, Dan, if you would like to
sorry,
do the honours of
everybody.
updating the counter. So that's a kill there, so hit him to do, I want to say 1 damage, and then toxic gases to take him out in the power step, but that does score martyred for Mike, so won't be too disappointed with that, so I could get him through objectives. Crown of Avarice going on to Hunger in there. So Mike is playing his own modified version of the Hungarian and Festering deck, or Festering and Hungarian, whichever way around you want to put it. So Mike's just killed himself, moved up, took the damage, killed himself with lethal ward, and scored the glory himself through the Crown of Avarice. And also he's taken that fighter out of action on a, oh god, what are the hexes called? No one's territory.
Yeah, no man's land.
So we know Killing Ground is one of the big surprises in this, so he'll be hoping to score that, I guess, this round. It's one of those cards that I always looked at and thought, a fighter dies in your territory, no one's territory, and enemy territory. Nah, I'll not look at that. But then it works wonderfully in this deck. Just going to look for my bottle of water.
So it's Jacob's round now. Jacob's activation, sorry.
It's charging Lurkin. Gets a success. It does. 1 damage and pushback. I do think that he has Encroaching Shadow, so that's not coming out yet.
Oh.
No, maybe there's a power. You just said no and then yes. Oh. Crown of Avarice going on to Alan saying.
It's be interesting to see now a lot of the Profiteers are in a vulnerable position with Scritch doing 3 damage and none of them being inspired. It's just going to be interesting to see whether or not someone can drop an extra damage onto Scritch to see if he can take out Thunderate before he gets 5 wounds.
Yeah. They all won the spot prize yet?
I don't know. Nobody shouted anything.
Just confirming whether the spot prize has been won yet for the kill for Ready for Action, and I don't think it has. It's just a bag of tricks there and then reshuffling the deck.
Took out
That's quite nice, letting your opponent reshuffle.
Took out Nullstone's sword there. And that's quite a surprise. Not a card that I thought you would have taken, especially with there being no wizards in the Thunderix deck.
Might like the plan of this swing.
It's a 3 dicer, isn't it, Nullstone Sword?
3 dice, 2 damage, so it's not a bad card to have.
Spectral
Wings coming out for the Profiteers.
I presume this is going to be.
Charging and shooting, he's trapped as well. Lurking over that. He's trapped in, they're just confirming that. Oh, he's just missed there.
It doesn't even score in warning shot.
So there are always more coming out. Hungarian has just come back. Hungarian, I think, is the one with Crown of Avarice on. And he's just got the Nullstone Sword and he's ready for action.
Ready for action.
Uh-oh. He's got a hit. It's through. He scores Branching Fate, 4 different results.
Look at that.
Nullstone Sword, one of the most accurate weapons and combos with Concealed Weapon as well. It does. I believe Mark's not put Concealed Weapon in this, actually. I think that was one of his changes that he took out of it.
What happened there? Oh. Apologies, everybody. I didn't realise.
Mark should be on 6.
Mark should be on 6 because Einhail only has 2 wounds. And that used to him being inspired by this point in the game. I'm thinking he'd have 3.
And he's now on 7 for Calculated Risk.
This is quite a surprise. Jacob was playing very, very strong game earlier on, and
I think maybe he could have got rid of his opening hand, showing an example of superior tactician. Didn't see what the other card was.
No, I missed that one as well.
Do you want to ask if anyone's got the kill yet?
We're going to have like 20 people.
But if they don't, mine's got it.
Have you got it?
Yeah, he just did it.
What price is it?
The KO multi-case. The KO case.
So this was stand and shoot played with Scritch charging into Allenson, but Thundrick has then played the stand and shoot. And the spot prize has gone down to Mike there with his win, with the Ready for Action kill earlier there on Einhill. So and Scritch now has 2 wounds.
As you've won 2 and denied it, yeah.
And with Crown of Avarice, Allenson scores Jacob 1 point.
That's a fair one for Joe, isn't it?
So his Fameway Crystal have been played onto Thundrick.
It's like a Games Workshop in there.
Oh, full of beautiful people.
Beautiful people.
Escalation, a Master of War has scored.
It's fragrant.
That was Killing Ground and Solid Gains scored by Mike. $11-5 to Mike over Jacob. It's I'm quite surprised at this. I thought Jacob had got this tournament sorted now. I thought that Mike was going to be struggling. I didn't think this festering, hungering, saving deck was going to be there, but so Path to Glory Gaming, he could actually only attack adjacent fighter with the stand and shoot, not with Thundrick attacking into Scritch. We'll let the guys know that when we get back to it.
Here we go.
Well, there's a full explanation here on the chat feed. So play this after an enemy fighter's move action that is part of a charge action. Choose a friendly fighter that is adjacent to them and make an attack action with that fighter, and that has a range of 3 or more. It must target the enemy fighter, and that fighter cannot be driven back by this action. So we will just remind the players of that later on. We don't want to get involved too much with this, with their games. We'll let them.
We'll jump in before the next one, won't we?
Yeah, we don't want to be spying on everybody's games, but
no, it's a fair point. But we all do make mistakes when we play, especially when you're playing quick and under pressure. No, it's a good point.
So Mike has just caused 3 damage onto Drake Skewer with Scritch, and then he's finished him off with Shard Gale. But he's also in the process caused 3 further wounds to his own fighters, which has now killed off Hungering, Festering, and Lurking. So that's should be 3 to Jacob, but Mike has got Crown of Avarice on one of those, so he scores 1 himself. So that takes us.
So I just thought the next spot prize, well, actually
had a bit of a brainwave. The first person to kill a trapped fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After ready for action.
And if anyone has finished, feel free to play third and still manage to play another game.
Potion of Rage going on to Scritch. Not quite sure what's going to happen there.
He's going to shank him.
He's going to shank him.
As Gorgeous George would have said.
Gorgeous George. It's a long time since we've seen that guy.
Yeah.
It's interesting. What's going to happen here?
Well, I think he's declared his intentions of what's going to happen. He's going to go and stab him.
Are we on round 3 here? Sorry. Completely lost myself.
Yeah, I think Path to Glory's made a pretty good point there. It's pretty rare that you play a perfect game, and it does come out when you record it. I think we spot them all the time, don't we? And even John, who played Goblins and was on last time, came back in because somebody else, one of his friends had picked up, who's watching, that they'd scored knockback, and he pushed him back 2 when actually it wasn't. It was unsuccessful. So
and these get the hence.
Yeah. So we all make silly mistakes, little mistakes at times.
Round 3.
I think it is. I think we've missed that.
But you've missed the round 3 off. Let's see in a second.
Sorry guys, I think we've missed changing the rounds, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
So that means that it comes to looks like John's losing.
Looks like John's losing. But then we're going to have 3 people on.
16-10. This is the first loss that Jacob's had all day.
We said that, haven't we? We'll be here till 6 o'clock if we do. It's coming up for 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock now.
So it appears that actually while this is playing, Mike is concerned that Jacob has supremacy and our only way out, and Jacob seems to be playing along with this and playing a little bit of mind games, which is obviously trying to impact Mike's game here. So it's nice to see that those mind games are still in play. I love playing mind games in the mid.
Do you play mind games?
I love playing those mind games. Most of those Steel City ready for action games, Tom and myself, most of the game was played on mind games first.
If you've ever been at a tournament where those two play, that's normally when you get to go and have a 3-course Sunday lunch somewhere, because they take so bloody long to play. Just wait while the players shuffle them cards up, and then we'll get back to the placements.
Dice for the next round, so Mike wins.
It's like a bingo call then. So one of our spot prizes has been won there.
Which one was this one?
I think it was the Arcane Scenery. Again, the prize support's been absolutely great from various companies, Boards and Swords, KR Multicasers. It's been really good. It was a collective ooh then, as Dan's just announced the next person to kill a trap fighter will win an Age of Sigmar rulebook.
So as you can see here, Mike has won boards, and he's really pushed that into pushing Jacob to go through that small channel there now. We're just going to send our technical assistant over to adjust the boards back down, so there's we can see that bottom half of Jacob's board.
I am looking forward to when Beastgrave drops, and when people play this board deployment, how much you will be able to narrow that channel by placing lethal hexes yourself. If they can be placed in no man's land or on an edge hex, that could be really narrowing that down.
No. Up a bit, technical assistant. So I think Mike is now trying to call Jacob's bluff. We've got all those objectives in his half, and he's not challenging that.
So the next spot prize is for the kill on a trap.
Yeah. Is that all of them done now? Nope.
There's a deck of paints there.
That's it. That's it. Just give it in.
There's the bracken as well, but we can keep it.
Just keep it, yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
There's some cards and stuff which...
Does everyone get cards here today?
Yeah, everyone gets season 4, and I'd suggest we just leave the other ones if people want to take the other ones. They can take the other ones.
And there's one in there as well. There's one in there, one in there.
What's that?
Bins.
What's going on?
I'm just placing fires at the moment.
Thundrick's front and centre. Scritch is out of the way. A long way out of the way. And Thundrick's leading the way.
Beastgrave winner, yeah. It's a bit of a shit. Yeah, it's a good. I'd have known that. If you'd have known at the start that last place would get that Hydras thrown every game to work it.
That's why I was going to keep it quiet. Sorry, so I'm swapping back in for Mr. Jones here.
You can go in, it's cool, you know. Don't worry. You have to hold your nose because it's a bit ripe in there.
I'm assuming Mike placed that objective in the middle there, ready for his lethal war killing shenanigans again.
Just saying, when Beastgrave drops, it's going to be fun to see where people place those lethal hexes, because you could really narrow that channel down in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the exact
Actually,
deployment
defensive
of them.
becoming really strong. Because of that as well.
Yeah.
You play the one with like 3 hexes that are blocked, put that in the corner when you set the board up, and then block another.
There's a spell, isn't there, as well, that lets you drop a chasm.
I think it has to be adjacent to you, but yes, there is.
But again, it opens up the defensive possibilities.
Yeah. Which I might look at for the Curse Breakers, I think.
Well,
see how
it
much
might be
glory you
one
can score without rolling dice, be
I sense
consistent.
both me and Dan are going to take Curse Breakers to the next Grand Clash.
Yeah.
With identical decks, but mine will be better.
Yeah. It'll be mine, but modified. And
It will be Dan's, but modified. So Dan will create the deck, and then I will go last minute. Can I borrow your deck?
Yeah, that's what Jonesy did as
It's
well.
like your homework, isn't it? I'll just turn around to Dan and go, can I have
Copy
your
it and
deck?
change a few words, and nobody will ever know. First round short girl. Yep. Boom. So missing the scores here. Obviously, the Crown of Avarice song gives Mike that glory. Oh. Scritch is going on guard. Guessing for a change of tactics. Guys are playing this through quite quick actually. So drawing a card for the Profiteers. By the way, I should say, guys, that this is actually the final game of the day. Due to running behind schedule and the event closing, we can't actually play a final. But due to the number of players we've got, if Jacob wins, we'll end up with an out-and-out winner.
Yep.
Otherwise, it will go down to the tiebreakers, unfortunately, which we didn't want to happen, but circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah, it was always a push. We started pretty early today as well. We started just gotten 9:30. We were all here for.
Aimed to start at 9, didn't we? But
yeah,
didn't quite start on time.
Yeah, because we were waiting for some players that never turned up in the end.
Yeah. Path to Glorious is probably keep them guessing. Yeah, it's not a bad shout really.
I went for the spot price.
I know Mark has got a change of tactics from watching him discard that in the last one, so
you got
combos with that beautifully anyway.
Have you done all your games now then?
Yeah, there's one 20 glory.
Might have a crit defence
2-0
there.
or
2-0, yeah, 20 glory.
if you want to play the third game, you can still win the last prize.
Oh, we're still going to play, yeah.
Yeah, I'll play it, yeah.
Because then you can win the trapped thing.
Yeah, it was just a lot of that box.
So, Lurkin's charging in, trying to kill Alanson. He's got a crit, he's got him. Pow. I think Mike's feeling bad about this at the moment. Keenan guessing. Oh, Path to Glory Gaming. How did you know?
I mean, Mike's taken a good deck, and he's done his typical tweaks, and he just made it probably a little bit better for his style of play.
Yeah, I think that's the thing actually. It's the style of play, isn't it?
Yeah, we can all net list and take a list off the online and use it, but if you don't understand it or it doesn't quite suit how you want to play it, it takes a bit more skill to tailor that deck then.
Definitely. I actually recommend people start with a net deck, play it a few times, and then decide what they want to tweak in it, what suits their way of playing. Jacob's going first, winning the roll off. He's going to shoot or stab somebody, I guess.
It's got blocked text on it.
No,
it was one in the middle.
Through the gap.
Oh, through the gap, was it?
Through the gap where he's shooting. It's on Kurt with Cleave. Just the one damage going through. Mike's letting it go through. Gets Watt armour out. Thundrick's getting inspired off the back of that. I think the players are just looking through the cards and deciding what to do. It's an Archer's focus in Jacob's hand there, recognising that from the artwork. I think he's thinking of putting it down.
So Mike's just put Crown of Avarice and Great Strength on there.
Yeah, he needs to flip another glory over. I think the Crown of Avarice was already on, but he's just added Great Strength. Arch focus going on to Lund. He's ready for action in off that. He's going to try and shoot Hunger in that. Hitting a crit. Last chance coming out from Mike. What's he got? Oh, he's just alright, yes. Off. Yeah. I was thinking it had to be a dodge or a crit then to succeed and stay alive. Pascal Gamer says, net deck's usually good start.
Yeah, so that's warning shot scored for...
Work, but it's usually best to tweak a bit for a start. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chalk on warning shot there. Yeah, you're never going to play it in exactly the same way as the person that was playing it, or very unlikely that you do. And you'll put yourself a bit of a disadvantage keeping some cards in that you just don't see value in, you don't get any value out of.
I think the key is as well to come to small tournaments and play your decks, keep playing and play against mates, play against anybody you can, and then you can find out what works for you and how the cards interact, because it's no good turning up to a big tournament like we see players do it at Grand Clashes. Oh, I've downloaded this deck online and it just doesn't work. You need to play it.
Yeah, they've not played against hardly anyone and not practiced. I know one of the things I tend to do a lot is on Underworlds DB use their draw deck feature. So that after I've built the deck and I think it's going to work, and see how many times your first hand is crap and you bin it.
But when you run 3 end phase cards like me, like third end phase cards, it's
4.
Sometimes it could be 4. It depends how lucky. If I'm feeling really good, maybe 5. No, I don't play 5.
Shadow Step coming out there for Mark, scoring him shortcut. And importantly for him, I assume, is putting him on that middle ground.
Trying to entice him, isn't he?
Ground,
trying to entice Jacob's Profiteers into doing something. Waste one of Jacob's activations, and obviously Mike will get the glory for it.
I'm sure he said he's got Swordbreaker, which is 2 damage. I'm not sure. What's Swordbreaker?
Swordbreaker.
I'm not sure if it means an all-stone sword. I don't know. Is Swordbreaker a card?
Yes, it is. I can't think which one it is off the top of my head. If it's a success, does it take away one of the upgrades? Swordbreaker as a card. Which one is it?
3 hammers, 2 damage as well. Practical against us. Cool. So he's put that on. He's also got great strength on him. Then he ready for actioned him off that and moved him to block that way through. And as attacking. He's got 1. It's through. Lunda's gone. Right. Puts Mark on to 6. If I can count, I can count.
As Mike said before, it's probably not the way he wants his warband to play, is it? Killing other fighters and doing so well. He really wants to be killed and bring them back. So, although it is working for him and he's in the lead, it's probably not the way that he's intentionally wanting to play.
So Super Spanky says, I'm watching, best not film me again, Mike. Yeah, depth of reliability, definitely. I think it's a card I've really looked at, to be honest. Get the Hents coming out for Jacob, scoring him another one. This one's a lot closer than the last one was.
See if we're going to see combination strike and others jump up.
Yeah, you're right. If you have Festering Blades with Concealed Weapon, it's 45% crit successes versus 1 shield. Very true. I don't think Mike has either of them in his deck.
I think he took them out, didn't he?
He took them out, and from where he's made his tweaks and his changes. Anyone killed anyone trapped yet? I was expecting to
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Mark through his game to try and score a run for action.
He wanted that case.
He liked them. Forget it.
So Mark, who's come down today from the Vault Dwellers, we were just discussing, he almost threw his first game away because he was purely just trying to charge in and get a kill from the follow-up attack action and ready for action to win the spot prize, and Josh has ended up smashing it. I think it was 13-0. He was just trying to score the kill.
And if anyone's based up Sheffield, or up north really, Mark runs a lot of tournaments up in
Vault 14.
Vault 14 in Doncaster. So keep an eye out on Facebook. And I've heard that he's doing potential for a like a charity event that he wants to do.
Yeah, he's been talking about that. So hopefully,
just watch the Underworlds forums and Facebook groups, because he wants to do some sort of dementia awareness event revolved around Underworlds, which could be quite good.
Yeah, so
it's always worth some support.
So got another kill and a death from a 4 from Jacob, tying this up at 6 apiece. It's looking like a very different game from the first one.
He's edging it back.
Yeah, with Mark's potential charity event, we will make sure that it's advertised via our Ready for Action channel as well.
Definitely.
So keep an eye on that.
It's going to be a change of tactics coming out.
Critzer.
Mike sneaks back into the lead there.
Mike has this very relaxed, calm way of playing, doesn't he? Nothing seems to faze him.
Yeah, he does. I've only known him get tilted once, and that was at the Grand Clash when he didn't realise that I had an activation left still. Hit him paffed in onto an objective next to Rastus, and then went, so scoring up? Like, no, my 4th activation, and then killed his chain mask, and that was it. He got a bit tilted then.
Yeah.
But other than that, he keeps his composure. Or he seems to. That's a dead rat. And that's tied up again.
I'm going to go and shank him now with Scritch. Scritch, he used Potion of Rage, was that on Scritch?
Oh, Mike's just realised that 2 damage doesn't kill Dratchka in that case. Realising that he probably shouldn't have done that then. Shining Example and Master of War coming out for Jacob, and Master of War for Mike. So that puts it at 9-8.
Oh, it's all to play for still.
I'm fancying the Profiteers for this now, because I think he's triggering Superior Tactician. Mike's going to find it hard to get Killing Ground if it's not already been.
Looking at the Profiteers deck, it's going to struggle in a week's time when the new BAR list comes out and the rotation of.
With the rotation.
Yeah, it's going to struggle.
I think the Surge only being able to have 6 score immediately cards. That's what's going to hurt him.
And I think that's a healthy thing that the warbands get knocked back every now and again. And Curse Breakers do need that, because they are a good all-round warband. I think they need it as well. Yeah. Keep them in line.
I'm hoping that an Errata or FAQ comes out straight away and puts all the score immediately as Surge cards. Seems pretty obvious that they will be.
The bracket should be getting somewhat for Wooden Spoon. He did Wooden Spoon prize. Is the book one win yet? I don't think that'll get one. Pardon? I don't think that'll get one. I don't think that'll win it. So results in so far, 2 games are finished. Josh Blore has won 2-0 versus Mark Hodgson, and then Joseph Gunn has come in with a 31-6 win over Jay Simpson with a 2-0 result in the games. Jay really struggled on those. However, he did manage at the end of that round to kill Gartok with 4 arrows from Allenson.
Path to Glory Game says they're all marked the same as Surge in the official deck builder. Yeah, I just want them to release an Errata FAQ with it quickly, just because if you've seen the forums, you know what people are like. They'll go, this is not a Surge card. Just because that's what people are like.
Yeah, it just needs a quick note of score immediately equals Surge. Yeah, that's all it needs, isn't it?
It does. So, Bfish 666, when is your next event? So, we don't have one really. We don't.
No, we were asked to cover this. The guys at CHILLCON do 2 war game shows, not necessarily Games Workshop, but 2 war game shows a year. One in Sheffield in the north, and one in Derby. And they've asked us to, for the first time, run an event for them based around Underworlds, purely for the fact that it's a self-contained game that we all bring our own components and stuff to.
All they needed was the tables, wasn't it? There and just plenty of classrooms.
Yeah,
here, so.
they've said March next year is their next one for Sheffield, and they've already mentioned to me that they'd like another event up there. So it'll be March next year, but we're always at Warhammer World Gaming, always at. If there's a Grand Clash, we're there, aren't we, in the UK?
Yeah.
So we try and attend Boards and Swords Hobbies.
Boards and Swords, yeah.
It's a local one. So they've sponsored the event with loads of prizes today. Vault 14.
Yeah.
For Doncaster. So Mark who's playing today and John who's playing today. That's their local haunt. So
there's a new one opening up in Ilkeston in Derbyshire called Shea Glass Games. They're going to be running a monthly tournament.
Annoyingly, it's next weekend. I should be moving house.
Yeah,
so I won't be going.
But I will be attending on one day. I should think.
Fingers crossed, I might be able to attend as well. I do need a pass out.
There is a trophy and a copy of Beastgrave up for grabs, so I might be trying to sneak in there. But our next event, I think it's probably when we're next at a tournament, or probably organise a day at Warhammer World. We do like to have a day at Warhammer World every now and again, don't we? Every month or so.
Yeah. There are the Thursday night events.
Thursday nights at Warhammer World, yeah.
I want to get to one of those actually.
Yeah,
I need to drive to work on one of those days instead of cycling and get on over there after work.
But we would like to get further around the country, I think, as well, wouldn't we? There's a few up in Manchester. Wayland's Forge down Birmingham way. We've been a few times. That's a great little venue.
Yeah, Josh and myself have travelled quite a bit, especially at the end of the Shadespire area. We were doing Worcester, Birmingham. We've been Mansfield as well, which is not too far, but yeah.
I'd like to try and get down to London at some point. So I think someone needs to put an end to John Reese's reign of collecting glass. So maybe we should all congregate down there, people. So Bfish 666. Cool, thanks guys. I've met Dan at Boards and Sword before. I didn't manage to get to this Thursday nights.
Yeah, it'd been nice to go on the Thursday. Definitely.
Yeah. I've been to one of them. I went to last month, and it was a great talk. And there was 30 odd people down there. It was a big thing. And Nick Baton, who runs it, did a good job.
Never trust a person with neat rows of glory.
Nobody trusts me, and I line them up neatly. So yeah. That's just OCD kicking in. To be fair.
Is that one glory that's on its own bugging you?
Mike,
yeah,
Mike's got 9 on there.
Mike's got 9 on. Mike's are kind of lined up, just a bit skew-if. So, just seen 2 glory come on there for a steady aim and the kill, I believe. Too busy chatting. Let's pay more attention.
Best of 1 meta can be quite fun too. Opens different options. Yeah, it does. It definitely opens up. I'm looking forward to some of the new formats as well. I'm looking forward to this Relics. Is it Relics they're calling it, where we can play older cards? Sort of a legendary form. I don't want to let go of Shades. I don't want to let go of Shades. But I've been there since the beginning, man. I've seen things.
Yeah, the best one though, you can throw in something as a bit of a wild card that's unexpected.
Any warband can potentially do.
Magor's Fiends objectives. Surprise you, best of 1.
Nobody expects it.
Everyone wants to charge it. Once you charge it, I mean, you just stand back.
So Warding Resilience coming out there for only 1 damage in the next activation.
I can see where the fighters are.
So Dan's off to the little boys' room again.
$12-9, it's all tight.
So run away. Run away! So Mike's throwing Killing Ground away there, and he's going to draw another one. Nice.
So 4 more glory there scored by Jacob.
Profiteers take that one. That's going to take it into a 3rd game, isn't it?
Has he done it? Is that full-time score?
16-11
Yeah.
to Jacob.
I genuinely think it hindered Mike by killing the Profiteers, or killing 3 of the Profiteers. Because he needs to be killed, doesn't he, really, for his deck to be effective.
Jacob has just left the room. He looks like he's just going to have a quick breather outside, recover himself from that game. So yeah, so what Mike's saying here on the feed here is if he could have had Jacob score
Martyred.
kill and score martyred, then he would have found that he would have then scored superior tactician as well, which wouldn't have made the larger difference there, but it would have made that slightly tighter.
So, Bfish666, do you think any of the rules changes in Beastgrave are bad or worse for the game? Not that I can see at the minute. I'm enjoying everything that's been shown. I like the clarity. I like that they've put certain keywords. Games Workshop seem to favour keywords in all their games now, from Middle Earth all the way through to 40k. They all have keywords in them. I think it really works for the games. It gives a bit of clarity. So no, I don't think there's any of those. I like that they've tidied up attacking any adjacent fighter is going to get the scything keyword. I'm liking how they've tidied the cards up at the moment. It was needed.
I think all of this was positive, isn't it, really, from Beastgrave? I
Yeah.
think we've got much there that I can really say, it's not great.
Obviously, once we've all got a handle on the game, and then another set of warbands coming up, I think you need the 4 warbands to really get a grasp of how the rules all interact with each other. But from what I can see so far, it's looking great.
Yeah. Super Spank here says, we're looking for the postcode of Boards and Swords, DE21 4BJ. Path of Glory just comments there, yeah, as long as the Profiteers have targets, it's very hard to stop them scoring, and it really is. They just, when they've got those new Surge cards,
they don't even have to kill. It's just plink, plink, score. It's very methodical. I think Mike explained it. Really, he needs to sit as far back and just have passive glory that he can score.
Yeah.
And that just negates what the Profiteers can do.
Yeah, just on Super Spanky as well, just postcode there for Boards and Swords. It is just down the road from the A38 in Derbyshire, so it's not too far, not too hard to get to. Very easy transport links. So I'd just like to give a big shout out and thanks for everyone that's been active on the chat feed today. It's really great to have that interaction with you all. It's nice as well if you could all give us a like and a share on Facebook and YouTube if that's possible, please. Hopefully, with the players' permission as well, we'll be popping these bat reps up onto YouTube at a later date as well.
Just wait while the players get themselves ready, shuffle cards, cut cards, then we'll get roll-offs done.
Ready for game 3.
That is Mike Carlin. Those beautiful hands and unpainted models that you can see are Mike Carlin's hands.
But they have got electrical tape.
But they have got electrical.
No,
Mike is using masking tape. He has upped his game and gone from electrical tape to masking tape.
Do you think that masking tape, is usually used with a large paintbrush to start painting? Do you think he's going to be making that leap?
I think we do have a lovely prize of it's a small paint set, and Mike will be winning the paint set because it's about chuffing time that he paints his models.
We were going to give it to the highest unpainted warband, figuring that there might just be more than Mike, because a lot of people don't actually paint them for Underworlds, but no, there's just Mike. But we're still going to give him the prize of the paint set.
Yeah, we said earlier, I love the new contrast paints because it does allow you to, if you're not a painter, to paint something to what is a pretty reasonable standard. So, Mike, no excuse if you watch this back, and I. Simple as that.
I was thinking yesterday during a time between doing a couple of hours of DIY that I should have a bet with him for the next time I play him that if I win, he has to paint his warband, but if he beats me, then I'll paint his warband for him.
Oh, that's a nice little bet.
Yeah, it's win-win either way. It just means that
it's incentive.
Finally, we'll have something on his table that'll be painted. No doubt he'll just not use it.
Yes, he'll opt for masking tape or gaffer tape or.
Hopefully, he doesn't pick that I have to paint Eyes of the Nine because they're all individual and all very difficult to paint.
Well, yes, we're talking of Eyes of the Nine. That's the last warband for Night Vault that I have to paint, and I'm trying to get that finished by Saturday. So this week might be a bit of a mad painting week. So you should by Friday night, everyone get a warband for me put up of Eyes of the Nine.
Hopefully later on I'll be able to pop a post up as well. I've just finished Iron Souls Condemners from the Dreadframe build, so I've got them, and then I've also got the Mournflights as well to go on.
Yeah. So yeah, fighters are going down.
So Bfish666 has said, what do you think the best warbands in Beastgrave will be in the standard? Well, is this Bfish? Is this in the box set, or is this out of all 8 warbands that are proposed to be released? Personally, I think
if it's in the game, the core box, I think those Beastmen. I think the Beast. Well, you can
the Beastmen look beautiful.
You can score a shortcut just by using one of the guys' activations. You don't need any cards for him.
For me, I'm quite excited to see what the ogres are like. But I do think, for me, I think the ogres and the the ogres and I think the ogres and the Nurgle will be the 2 forces that will be the 4th release of them, and probably the better ones.
Okay. So sorry, after I've used magic term, after rotation, I think Stormcast will always this Cursebreakers are always going to be. I think we'll see a lot more spells in their arsenal. I think that's the deck that I'll probably be gearing towards.
So I did go back in just to adjust the camera there, but that top row is actually like the top row of Hex isn't incomplete.
Okay.
So I thought I'd leave the players. Not distracting anymore.
So for me, I still think Cursebreakers will be the most rounded warband.
They've got such that. I mean, Harness Storm is such an easy to score glory for them.
It's that built-in spell as well.
Path to Glory has commented that he believes most of the Nightbolt stuff will still continue to be good, and if we see things like Earthquake, and now obviously it had gone a long time ago, but we've lost Great Concussion, I think there's going to be more objective play.
I think Goblins will come into it. Yeah, Eyes. Yeah, you're right. Eyes actually probably getting better. That's probably true.
Let's hope. We all hope that Eyes of the Nine can get better, because you barely ever see them, and they're a really high skill warband. So it'd be good to see them more. It took a long time for me to paint them, so I would like to get some games in with them. So
the Eyes of the Nine off. I'm just going to swap with Dan for a minute while I go to the gentleman's.
Go to the gentleman's room.
All right, we need to focus back on what's happening in the game, because Jacob has scored a glory.
He's grabbed a glory on. Do you know what that was for?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. What was that, Jeff? Someone was sent off?
What? It's been sent off? Thought it was a substitution.
Oh, and there's a kill there as well. I think that was Iron Hail that's gone. Branching Fate. Wolf Shark's paying attention. Thanks, mate.
An encroaching shadow onto Lurkin just there. which puts Jacob on another glory.
Oh, it's all happening.
This is a brute. Do these guys know that they've still got like nearly half an hour to play the game? They don't have to rush. Branching Fate. Well spotted. I can just see it when the shadow goes over, actually. It's that card at the bottom.
Yeah.
Agreed about eyes. I played eyes at the last one. We're going clash. That's tough. It is tough. They're not easy to play. Yeah, so hopefully they get a little bit of a boost from the changes. Yeah, definitely have to go. You can keep your Vortimus quite safe. And yeah, I can't remember all their teleport cards, but yeah, they've got like the one where they roll the magic dice and can go onto an objective or a start to next and things like that. They've got a lot going for them. Thundrick just moving up there for Jacob's last go. Archer's focus going on to Thundrick.
So another quick update there. We've just seen Andy Robinson pop his results in against Dan Tunbridge. That was Sepulchral Guard versus Ilthara's Guardians. Andy's Sepulchral Guard took that 42-20, 2-0, which actually puts him on 3 wins.
Mental.
So we could. So with us finishing after 4 rounds and the 12 players, we could end up with 3 players or 4 players potentially on 3 and 1. So it could come down to tiebreakers, which we didn't want to happen. We wanted to play a final, but the number of players and being later on in the day and getting kicked out of the venue, that's going to happen. So Master War and Live by the Code, and Keaton guessing for Mike. So leaves Jacob 4-3 up at the minute. Mike's discarding Superior Tactician. That's going. So Beefish says saddest part was there were 2 of us unbeaten and we got paired against each other around 3 or something. Ended up both smithing out on day 2, going 3-2. Yeah, I want to say you got paired against each other in round 4 because I think I was next here. It could have been round 3, but yeah, I remember thinking there's 2 Eyes of the Nine players undefeated. What is going on? Nice one. So you made some 6-6 Surge Nightvault only decks yesterday on a stream on your channel, and it's different but not bad for most of the warbands I've done so far. Yeah, I never really ran more than 6 anyway, except in Profiteers, so I don't think I'll see much of a difference. I've just not built a deck yet without having to put any of the Shadespire cards in it, and I'm actually quite looking forward to opening up some restricted cards from Escalation, Superior Tactician, Ready for Action, and some options from the others dropping out as well. So I like it. It's a good shake-up. I look forward to it. I'll be sure to go back and revisit. Hopefully you save your videos on there so they can be seen. So I'll go and give that a watch. Probably on a painting night. Oh, I'm going to be packing this week.
You're going to be packing,
I might watch it in a month. In fact, I'm hoping that I've got 2 weeks off to move. I'm hoping that I can spend 1 week unpacking and 1 week painting.
Would that be painting Beastgrave by any chance, Dan?
It probably will be painting Beastgrave, yeah.
Good man.
Definitely. Won't be painting the house because it's a new build, so we're not allowed to decorate for 9 months.
You've got to finish painting Nightball first if we can do any painting pile first.
With Mr. Glory there for the Profiteers. Anyone in the chat? I think it was from Get Thee Hence down there, if I can see that, although that might have been discarded because it's turned the other way on.
No.
It's going for
cheeky charge there.
Lurkin's got expendable. Critting a success. Yeah, does a 2 dodge. Yeah, he fails. Oh, does score him headshot and death from afar though, despite the expendable. That is nice. Puts him on 7. Jacob's taking control a little bit here. Thundrick does take a damage from the expendable.
It's another inspiration.
There's Alanson there, I think, coming up.
Alan's son?
Alan Steen, Alan Sean.
Alan Sean.
Dangle Bro.
Dangle Bro is what that's called. That's one thing which I'd like to see at some point. I'd like you all to show us your Dangle Bros on our
Show us your
Facebook
best
feed.
Dangle Bro.
Show us your best Dangle Bro. I don't want to see any old Dangle
Your
Bro.
best painted Dangle
Show me your
Bros.
best painted Dangle Bro.
At Warhammer Fest, Joe showed us all his Dangle Bro by spinning trousers.
I did split my trousers at Warhammer Fest.
She's a very lucky lady.
Yeah. I was actually going to wear my my split trousers replacements today, but I decided against
Wild
it.
Bangarang.
Yeah,
They look really comfy. I forgot.
they are really comfortable. Yeah, wild Bangarang clothes.
The discount code, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, the discount code ran out in August.
They're proper geek relaxing pants, aren't they?
If you haven't seen it at Warhammer Fest, there's a company called Wild Bangarang that do some like Warhammer related, basically jogging bombs are what we were interested in.
Yeah.
They do some like big robe things and stuff as well, but the jogging bombs, you had to buy a pair because you split your trousers.
I did, yeah. I
literally
decided
in
I was going to lunge in a kind of spectacular way as part of a photo opportunity with the guys, and went forward and split my jeans from front to back.
It was a good split.
Luckily, the beast was asleep, so it was fine.
When the cage is open and the beast asleep, it's...
We're talking about Beastgrave.
Jacob's second activation. Got a shoot and attack going on. 2 success. Gets a crit. Mike relying on dice.
I know.
Bloody hell. Terrible.
I'm surprised that there's still all the fighters there. I know the Skaven has obviously been brought back a couple of times, but I'm still surprised there's still people left in general. You know, as in we haven't lost a single fighter.
Scritcher's got Glory Seeker on him, which could be interesting. And he's charging.
It looks like he's got Potion of Rage as well.
Yeah, Jacob did play Crown of Avarice.
There goes the Potion of Rage.
And I think he might just be taking him out and accepting that Crown of Avarice is going to go. And he might be giving away the glory, but 4 successes. Oh, and he's crit.
Oh! He's critting him. Look at that!
And showboating.
He's playing to the crowd. He's playing to the crowd.
It is. Beautiful.
I'm not sure which one I'm going to bear with my
That was a beautiful crit against 4. I think
Mike's
like
having to have a real
two
think on what he's
successes by the
doing
looks of
here.
it.
Looks like we've missed a glory off for Mike there, so
Let's give him an extra
tell
one,
that
just a
on.
consolation
Put it on.
prize for that.
Well, he's put it down there. Maybe he thought we already had the kill. God, I hate it when it happens. That's almost as bad as rolling like loads of crits and successes and getting last chanced from a Potion of Rage or something.
Or rebounded.
Festering's being attacked here. But he dodges it. I think Mike deserves that for the last one.
I think he does. I think after losing a 4 attack. So I'm just jumping on the Ready for Action page. Pete Gould's just commented on myself and Josh's picture. Unfortunately, Pete, it was not myself who won. Josh took that one in 2 straight games. No, so it wasn't. It was 2-1 actually. Tell a lie. But unfortunately, my dice let me down.
It's alright, I'm the victim, mate, so I'll class it as 2 straight wins.
You're the victim.
Yeah.
No, I think if I'm the victim, mate.
The victor.
Oh, Victor, sorry. It's quite funny actually. At the moment, CHILLCON is actually closing around us, and we're still in the middle of a decent fight here.
Festering's just had Swordbreaker dropped on him. So Mark's posted a brilliant picture to our page going for spot prize. What did it cost?
Everything.
As Mark basically threw away the game against you just to try and win the case. And somebody just
I've never seen
Another crit.
Curse Breakers rush like that.
So that's a Brunching Fate scored though for Mike. At least it's an extra glory
For him.
and an extra crit defence.
Next.
We're going to have to count these up
There's
after.
been so many crit events just today in general. There's been a lot.
On the stream we've had a lot.
Mike,
And we've had-
Mike really does like using the original dice in the set as well. He doesn't.
Shortcut's just been played as well.
Shortcut as well.
Yeah.
It's another one.
Pow pow. Is he going to pick up that glory? Yeah.
I've done those.
Starting to claw his way back into this. This is the final round. It could decide the winner. So if Jacob wins, he wins outright. If not, we'll have some players tied and it'll come down to the tiebreakers. So Swordbreaker, yeah, I said that because that's what the players have said, and I wasn't sure, but it's 3 hammers for 2 damage apparently. It's confirmed earlier, but I think Path to Glory confirmed it. We can't actually check anything due to the fact that we're on the school's Wi-Fi and virtually every website is blocked. So we're lucky to be able to stream. So can't even go on Facebook to properly update the posts and stuff. My mobile signal's a bit rubbish. Oh, we've got 2 glory on for Jacob as well. Missed that one.
You've seen it, yeah. It's good.
So Jacob's on 9. Did you see what that was for, Joe?
I didn't, mate. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, 3 hammers, 2 damage. I'd never even heard of it. Honestly. Never heard of it. Is it a Shadespart one or is it a Nightbot one?
I can't picture it. Let me see if I can
It sounds like one that needs to go in my deck.
dig it
to be
out.
fair.
See if we can dig it out, eh?
Oh, we've got another glory on for Jacob. And again, reading chat and not looking.
But I can't, the thing is, I can't, because I asked him a question, it's like, what do you think the best team format is, 2 or 3? How do you go? I don't know.
So they just asked how many upgrades have been played, and Jacob replied with, "We'll both score escalation." Sharkgale's brutal. Lovely card. Sad to see it go. Oh, nice. So Jacob whacks on 2. Mike whacking on 6. So he might get Killing Ground, Master of War and Escalation. So I think we've just leveled things up at 12 apiece. If I've counted right, I'll update these scores and then they're back in. Subtac is gone for Mike though, and Killing Grounds is the big one in there. So Mike's put Nullstone Sword onto Lurkin.
Just trying to find out about Swordbreaker for us, just to confirm.
So yeah, it's 12 all going into round 3. So Superior Tactician's in play for Jacob. So let's say he's got 15 because he's probably got 3 as objective deck right now. You might want to try and rack in a couple of kills. This is good. And Mike's got a fighter trap that he could potentially kill and win the spot prize.
Swordbreaker's a Night Vault
It's a Night
card.
Vault. Ah, yeah. Oh, and it is like a proper sword break on the artwork. Nice. And on a critical, you can choose one of the target fighters' upgrade that converts an attack action and get rid of it. Nice. And yeah, like I said, that's a really accurate attack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good. 3 hammers, 2 damage.
And I say also removing the potential opposition's best attack weapon as well could be also really good.
Yeah.
As an upgrade.
Thunderix charging Scritch here. And he misses, I think. He's got Archer's Focus. He's missed. Thundrick has whiffed. He's frantically searching for what he can do in the power step here.
Is anything tough with Profiteers?
Providing resilience coming down. Oh,
Do we know how long we've got left?
he was spending an upgrade point to play it then. Hungry and Skaven's just got himself Crown of Avarice.
There is 10 minutes left, well, just over 10 minutes left in the round.
Yeah, I think most results are coming in that. And
Kev Holmes with a win there at the end as well.
so Mike's just got the Glory for Crown of Avarice and Martyred to chalk 2 on to go on to 14. It's getting tight coming down at the end. Such a close game. Because I think Mike's third end phase card's gone. I think
Has
it
it?
may have been his only one as a Superior Tactician.
He's Drax Skewer with a charge.
Charging in Scritch. 1 success. Not inspired, he's only got 1 dodge.
He's done him.
He's killed
Scritch is
He's
gone.
done him.
That's it.
Just gets the 1 glory there. This is
This is tight.
tight.
Toit.
Toit.
Toit like a
Toit.
tiger. There's only one Skaven left.
I believe there is.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure if I've seen There Are Always More yet, whether he can bring another one back.
I don't think he's played it.
No, I don't think I've seen it
I
yet.
know he's got it in there.
He played that on the last round with me. So.
Jacob's just confirmed to Mike that there's no superior tactician in his discard or in his scored. So I think Mike may have lost this and he may be realising.
Got some very excitable people in the other room. And that's just Dan Jones.
Dan's gone for more chicken.
Has he gone for more chicken?
Mike's second is shooting Thunderick. I believe that's with shade glass and daggers. I guess. I didn't see that one come out. Apologies. His passing power. Lunge shooting lurking is missed. Oh no, one success.
Success.
He's dead.
It's done him. It's in the glory.
He has expendable on there, so he doesn't get the
Okay.
glory for that. And Lund takes the damage, but he's okay now, and Mike is pretty much wiped out. Unless There Are Always More comes out. He's going to draw a card for his third.
Probably searching
Pass
for it.
that.
If Jacob's got superior tactician in his hand now, then
Yeah, I know sub-tacticians in there. He's got that. It's what Mike's got. That's the thing. Jacob's going to draw a power card for his final. Mike thinks that Jacob's win. Lives are cheap and solid gains, puts him on 16. It's going to come down to tiebreakers, isn't it? Because superior tactician
And
16 was on 17 for Subtakenstein, an example. Beautiful.
nicely done.
So Jacob is our winner.
He's done it.
The only player to win all 4 games today.
Amazing.
Shall we? Some.
There he is. He is the winner.
Champion.
Champione. Beautifully done.
Boom.
Beautifully done.
Should we go on the caster cam quickly and say goodbye to everyone?
just waiting for him to finish the game.
Hello. So, here most of us are. I don't know if Mr.
looking
Jones
ones.
is in there somewhere. That's it really. So we have our winner for the day. Was it a good day?
It was a good day.
Give away those spot
It was a great
prizes.
day,
It
yeah.
was hard in
Great
that.
day.
Lots of spot prizes won. Had some great price support from Boards and Swords in Derby. Please check them out. Mr. Jones has just appeared.
Yeah.
There he is.
As if by magic.
There they are.
Squat.
Do you even squat, bro?
Yeah, in the middle.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. What are we talking
You be
about?
careful with those hands.
These are elbows.
Just saying goodbye to everyone, really.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Be good.
I enjoy it. We'll see
you
you again
soon.
next time.
Cheers.
Take
Cheers.
it easy.